What's up, tricksters and tricksetas, and welcome to another free VOD review presented by favorite reading coach Charlatano Papito. Today, at our coaching table, we have our friend Kaizen. Now, let me give you a bit of a backstory. So, Kaizen is the player that I coached a few weeks ago. And right now, I'm just doing a checkup with him. So basically, a lot of the stuff is gonna have to be a secret during this VOD review. You know, like basically I'm not really gonna show you the training that I'm gonna give him or the aim training or this or that. All of that is gonna be private. But we're primarily gonna focus on the Kaizen's gameplay, on ISO, on Abyss. Now Kaizen is the peak Immortal 1 player, but before we did our coaching, he got kinda a bit stuck in Ascendant. You know, like basically he started playing really poorly, and let's be honest, on his tracker he did have like a, I mean, like, what is this, bro? You know, in the last 8 acts we were going double negative, you know, KD really poor and stuff like that. But Kaizen, my friend, the magic that we did during our coaching, I like it a fucking lot. Like, this is the first act in the last 8 acts where my brother has 1.14 KD and 160 ADR, which is really fucking good. Very good that you got back to Ascendant 1. You know, to the rank where we got kinda stuck in the previous acts and episodes. And now is the time, you know, as I already said, Kaizen, you know, what I expect from you. I expect that during this act, you reach Immortal 1 without any problems. And then, you know, in the act after that, it is time to grind for the Immortalius 3. Overall, when it comes to your current stats, like, everything got improved by a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, literally, your ADR, your output, your KD, everything is good. Except the win rate, of course. Like, you're still not solo carrying your games, and you don't have enough of a solo carry impact. And your KST is also still a bit poor. You know, you can still play a much better team play game. You're still dying way too many times alone. You need to slow down a bit. Now, Kaizen, after this VOD review, I'll tell you what are we gonna do with your main agents. I just want to see what you're doing on ISO, you know, like, and to decide whether or not it is time to drop ISO, because on Jet and Chamber you have a really good fucking performance. And as far as I remember, we did a coaching, just a second, we did a coaching on Jet, right? Or Chamber? Sorry, chat, I need to remind myself. We did our one session on, it was, just a moment, I'm trying to find, yeah, it was Sunset Jet, so it was at the end of December. Yeah, end of December. Okay. So far, I'm you know, I'm really satisfied. I'm really satisfied with your performance on Jet. Like, this looks really fucking good. And to be honest, actually, let's keep the thing simple. Let me see which agents I recommended to you. So I recommended you to play Jet and Chamber. But why the fuck am I then doing a VOD review on ISO? If I can ask. What the fuck? Wait a minute, chat. Like, why am I doing a VOD review on ISO if I told you to play Jet and Chamber only? Like, I literally said to the guy, like, Kaizen, I told you, man, like, you just spam Jet and Chamber for the next 2 to 3 months. And we did our coaching on Jet. Like, what is ISO, Sage, Neon, Sky, and Reyna doing here? Okay. So, Kaizen, my friend, you will have to record a new VOD. Because I'm not gonna review this. I'm not gonna review this. I wanna see your Jet gameplay. And, yeah, like, this is... I don't know, why you're playing ISO? So, we're back with Kaizen VOD review. We started this one, like, literally like 10 days ago, and I didn't want to review a VOD of him playing ISO, because we agreed that he's gonna, you know, main Chamber and Jet primarily. So, today Kaizen, you know, he went on to maining Chamber, went on to maining Jet, and I mean, the guy is just fucking stomping and dominating, to be honest. He is a peak Immortal 1 player. Now he's Ascendant 2, but, you know, for the sake of this VOD review, we're gonna say that he is, like, Immortal 1. And also, when it comes to, you know, what we're doing today, Kaizen is an Immortal peak player playing Chamber on Corrode. So today we have a Corrode VOD review. We're gonna see, like, what Kaizen can do better on Chamber, what he can do better on this map, and, you know, what he can do better on both macro and micro level. Coach, I have a dueling question. Do you always focus headshots and take the time to line up the shot, or is there a point where it is okay to flick and spray someone? But it really depends. You know, like, if enemy is not looking at you, you can take your time to take a shot. Sometimes you can go for a spray. Depending, you know, how many health points you think an enemy has. Depends what you should go for. But yeah, mostly you want to go for the headshots. I have smooth gameplay. I have smooth gameplay after 2 AM from morning to evening. It's bad, I don't know, I feel input lag with some FPS and ping. I think it's your internet, bro. I think someone is... some neighbor is connecting to your internet, and the guy is downloading illegal stuff from the Onion torrent. Okay, let's start with the VOD review. Let's start with the VOD review. I need to wake up anyways a bit if I want to play today at all. We have attacker side of Corrode. Brother, the last VOD review took us 6 hours. Oh! I need to update you on my gaming shenanigans. I actually started playing Deadlock again. And I must say the game is, like, mega fun to play. Literally mega giga fun. With the new tri-lane system and with all of the changes they made. The game is, like, 10 times better.
My ult is ready.
Okay. Okay, so... Kaizen, my friend, you get in a game of Valorant. The first thing you need to understand, and what you need to know before the first round even begins, is how should you play Corrode, what should you expect from the enemy team comp, how should we counter and play around the enemy team comp, and also what should we do with our team composition. So on the attacker side of Corrode, your default bombs are number 1 priority is B site, number 2 priority A site, number 3 priority mid area of the map. In the first 4 to 6 rounds, you need to persuade your mentally unstable teammates to play together as 5, and we should primarily be testing the enemies on B site and A site as well. Like just doing basic standard executes, trying to see, you know, how good are the enemies at defending the choke points, defending the bomb sites, and playing the retakes. And slowly, you know, from that information, we can figure out how to play the rest of this match. Mid area of the map of Corrode, you want to touch as soon as you notice that team play is not possible. that 5-man executes are not working, and we need to start splitting the A side, splitting the B side, taking the mid control, applying the pressure here, and the list goes on. Now, when it comes to the team comps, okay. You know, like basically on Corrode, if enemies have 0 hardcore sentinels. So what are the hardcore sentinels? Cypher, Deadlock, Killjoy, Sage, and Vise. So they have 0 of these boys and girls. Basically, 3 rounds in a row, do the 5-man execute onto the B site. Let's create an unpredictable pattern of pushing. And then in a 4th round, you know, we can just switch it up. Fake B, go A, fake A, go B. And this ensures us, you know, this is like an insurance policy, that we're going to have higher chances of winning the 4th round. Now, of course, you know, against this enemy team composition, you can do whatever you want, to be honest. Like, we can go A in the 1st round, we can go B. But against this enemy team comp, there is really no reason to touch the mid area of the map early on. Like, literally, there's no reason. You know, we can do basic executes, especially because your team composition is amazing for the 5-man push. We have Neon, we have Yoru, we have Fade, Omen, Paranoia. Like, literally, you know, there isn't a single thing that we are lacking on the attacker side to do proper standard 5-man pushes and to take the space. So, you know, and also enemy team is kind of weak at defending the pushes. Like, you know, they only have a Fade Seize and Raise Nade that can objectively fuck you up somehow. So yeah, you know, we can go A in the 1st round, no problem. Now listen, with Chamber, you don't have that many trademark setups on the attacker side. You know, basically, you want to do the A split or the 5-man push onto A site. Just do this trip right here. And that's it. If, you want to do the 5-man A push, do this tripwire, this trademark right here. You wanna do the B split, or like just fight for mid, but there's nobody defending the A main area of the map. Do this trip. If you have nobody defending the B main area of the map while you're taking the mid, do this trip right here. And overall, like, you know, you have these 4 trips, depending, you know, like, where we don't have the teammates, and depending, you know, what type of a setup we're doing. With the Chamber, the number 1 thing that you want to follow, and, like, you know, the number 1 rule of Chamber, is that you generally want to save your teleport for the bomb set executes. You know, to actually scale out and take the space with your teammates. But, of course, like, if you're getting some early duels in the main areas of the map, here, and you're gonna be the first contact with the enemies, use the teleport immediately, take the fight, because with the Chamber, every single time when you die, and you didn't use your teleport, you could have done something better. Now, in the 1st round of Corrode, if you're the solo sentinel, I would recommend you to either go with a classic, light shield, trademark, and 2 headhunters, or you can go for the trademark and 6 headhunters. Decision is purely yours. If you're the secondary sentinel, then you can just go classic light shield and 4 headhunters and play as a juggernaut in that round. So, you know, let's see how this is gonna go. Like, when it comes to the enemy team comp, what we need to expect is we need to be first of all, now that we're pushing A, we need to expect that the enemy Fade is probably gonna use the reveal up there. So we need to be physically and mentally ready to pre-fire it and destroy it immediately. Also, we need to be very careful where the Raze is playing, and we really don't want to get fucked by the Raze nade and make her split us apart. When you're pushing A set in the 1st round, usually you have like 2-3 different options in the 1st round. Like, you can ask your controller to give you a smoke here, and and we just do a fireman push through the A short. One of your teammates is holding the peak through the elbow smoke. We plant the spike here. We fight for short. And from the A main and short, we play this post plant. Option number 2, you know, we can just smoke this. Take the elbow control. Smoke this or this. Take the site. Take the short. And take the full space from the enemy team. So it's really, you know, up to you what, you know, what we want to do. Here it really doesn't matter whatsoever. Now, when it comes to like your pathing as a chamber, if you want to go elbow, just do this teleport and go elbow. If you want to path through the left side, use this teleport and just go left. Also, what is totally fine with the chamber, especially if you have teammates that are hyper aggressive and that can save this, you know, take this initial space for you. You can also, in some of the rounds, save your teleport and clear the elbow area of the map without using a TP. If your teammates are going in front of you, of course, like if you're using your teammates as a SOA drone. And then, then you can use your teleport to actually aggress the enemies on the site, maybe in the CT as well, and take a pick like that. It's really, you know, up to how good or how bad are your teammates. Now, does 5 stacking mess up your MMR if you solo duo trio? Yes, it definitely does, and it messes up your... It mainly messes up like how many rank rating points you're gonna win and lose. Okay, did I win the first round? Start the prediction. Bam. Let's see what Tyler is gonna do. His name is Tyler, like, just in-game Kaizen.
Interesting camp. Cannot lie, cannot lie. Let us see.
I don't know what he means by interesting comp. Like, literally, we have a really fucking good comp on the attacker side of Corrode. Like, Omen and Yoru... I mean, Omen, Yoru, and Neon on the attacker side of Corrode. We should be able to take A site and B site with our eyes closed, to be honest. Now, please, one more time. Like, I need to repeat this in every chamber VOD review, apparently. In the first 4 rounds, play with your team. Don't lurk, don't flank, don't try to go for any solo picks, because we have no idea how good or how bad are our teammates, how good or how bad are the enemies, and you have zero information. How should you lurk? When should you lurk? And through which area of the map you should try to pick some kind of a timing. Especially in the first round. Just play with your team. You will have significantly higher chances of winning this round. Significantly. And if you already... So your teammates are doing a four-man push through the aim and area of the map. You wanna lurk up through mid with this teleport. You need, at the start of the round, you need to put your trademark right here. Like, we cannot allow the enemies to have a chance to backstab us if we're doing a solo lurk and flank through mid.
That's not ready.
But this is terrible. You know, this is really bad, to be honest. Like, there's absolutely no reason. Like, literally, statistically, purely statistically, in ranked solo queue, you will win more rounds. You will win more first rounds if you just focus on proper team play, having good executes, and proper micro play from your side as well, like refrag potential, utility usage, etc., etc., rather than doing some kind of a mind-boggling play in the first round like this.
Go, go, go!
I was actually given spike. Ooh, they might be gapping that smoke.
Good pick though. I'm not gonna lie. So what was the problem with this type of a play in the first round? It's not that I don't trust you, Kaizen. I trust you. You know? The problem is I just have no fucking idea what Neon, Fade, Omen, and Yoru are gonna do. Like, only God knows, especially when you're playing an Ascendant and low Immortal, what type of mental disabilities you might have in your team. Like, a lot of players buy those accounts, a lot of players get boosted up to those ranks because of how rank rating system works in Valorant. A lot of the players, you know, that are Ascendant and Immortal, they play like 1 match per day, 1 match per month. To be honest, you know, they don't give a fuck anymore because they've been stuck in Ascendant and Immortal for the last like 5 years. And that's the problem of these type of solo plays in the first round.
I can't flash, can't flash.
You see, like, you got a kill on the enemy Fade, but then you instantly lost that advantage in the next 5 seconds. And coincidentally, like, your Fade also died. But, you know, if you've been there, maybe we could have supported our Fade. Maybe we would have gotten this kill on the enemy Raze without our Fade dying. At least we will be taking the space with this Neon, killing the enemies in the elbow, applying the pressure from both sides. Now, this whole round purely depends on what your Neon is gonna do. If Neon takes kill in the elbow, we win this round. If Neon dies without a kill, the round is over.
Flash.
I can flash out the swing ready. Flashing.
Ooh! Omen got a lucky kill through smoke. Never mind, we can also win like that. But you know, relying on luck in ranked solo queue is not really the best idea ever. Listen, I really don't fuck with this positioning of yours here. Like, first of all, you know, you peek the enemies from bottom mid, took a kill here, teleported away. Enemies didn't see you in A short and mid for the last like 20 seconds. Enemies should pre-assume that you're somewhere in the A main area of the map. So, if you already have to hold the enemies push through the A short, why do you hold this angle as a one and done angle instead of holding it a bit safer like this, where you can go for a shot, reset yourself with a peeker's advantage and dead zone mechanic, try to get another kill for your team, instead of being fully wide exposed from a potential enemies like double swing, triple swing, Reyna can use a Leer, fuck you up, and you don't have a teleport for yourself. Like this death right here is just completely unnecessary. Enemies can, you know, approximately know your location. They should expect you in the A main area of the map. You cannot really connect with your teammates because, you know, we didn't play with them like from the beginning. So we need to trust them to some degree in this round that they're gonna do like semi-decent plays to keep the CT control and stay alive. Your only job is right now picking a right timing to peek through this main area of the map and potentially get one more kill, distract the enemies and wait for your teammates. Wait for your teammates like to play with you. And that's it. Like just, you know, the difference between this and this is nothing in terms of you getting some kind of an advantage over the enemies. Literally, there's no difference whatsoever. But difference between this type of shit and this is everything in terms of you applying the pressure, potentially getting a kill, resetting yourself, staying alive, and with this pressure that we made, we can easily double swing the enemies with our teammates, fuck up the enemies with our dead zone mechanic, because now we know exactly where are the enemies in this area of the map, and you're abusing the peeker's advantage, you know, against them. So, you know, the only time you should be holding some one and done angles like this is when you have some kind of a huge advantage over the enemies to surprise them. Or if you have a teleport, obviously. Every second you're alive here, when time runs out for them, and they have to worry about you, is so much value even if you don't kill. Exactly, like you know, that's one topic that a lot of players in Valorant don't understand when they're playing the game. Like, your win conditions are not only, you know, getting the kills. There's so many different ways how you can win the rounds in Valorant and be a useful teammate. Like, and another thing that Valorant players don't understand is that pressure and power... You need to understand the pressure and power levels as you're playing the round. Because that consistently changes based on, you know, how much space we have, like, what we do at the start of the rounds, middle of the rounds, and, you know, closing out the rounds for a lot of players is really hard because they don't understand that topic properly. Like, you consistently need to ask yourself just like, who is under the pressure right now? Who has the advantage right now? Like, can we win this round by simply not even fighting the enemies? Like, just wasting their time as much as possible and being fucking annoying. I mean, enemies literally need to... They need to clear the A main area of the map and waste potentially like 5 to 10 seconds fighting you if there is even a slim possibility that you might be in the A main area of the map. But you know, by the time that you take a shot like this, and maybe you go for a desert mechanic, your Omen is already going to plant the spike, and he's going to be ready to play some kind of crossfire setup with you. And now enemies, like, you know, enemies are going through only through the A short area of the map. They need to worry about this peak, and this peak. 3 different angles. Relax. Like, literally, you know, this death here can cost us a lot. But a lot. Holy shit. 0009, man. 0009. Your teammates really like to gamble, huh? And you also love to gamble a lot with your life.
3 seconds.
Okay, now listen. Whenever you win the second round, the first round of Corrode, in the second round, just don't touch the mid area of the map. You don't need it. The more you fight on mid in a second round, chances are just much higher for you that you're gonna lose that round. And that enemies might pick some timings to 50-50 your teammates, kill them, surprise us, flank us, and all of that bullshit. You went A in the first round. Go A again. And now we can just use the anti-eco setup. Like, basically, Omen can use a smoke here, paranoid, this shit. You put this teleport right here with this trademark. We scale out through the you know, A short area of the map. We take the site, plant the spike right here, then take the A short control, and now we just fight from the main and A short. This round is literally over. Now in the second round, I mean, with Chamber you can really buy a lot of the good stuff, man. You know, in the second antique round of Corrode, Bulldog is fine. You know, like, Bulldog is pretty optimal for this map. You can play long range, medium range, close range duels. Like, Bulldog is always, like, on paper, one of the most optimal anti-eco weapons that you can play in the second round. But, you know, you're playing Chamber, so maybe a slightly better idea was to get a Stinger, Heavy Shield, and 8 Headhunters, for an example. Because, you know, you will have a much more powerful weapon for the close range fight against the enemies that have, like, maybe a Shorty, Bucky, Stinger themselves, style classic or some shit like that. And, I mean, Headhunters, like, are just Headhunters, bro. Like, in the second anti-eco round, enemies don't have the armor whatsoever. So we can just go for 2 body shots on every enemy and kill, like, 4 enemies with a body shot. Literally. It's really up to you. You know, depending... It really depends how much of your economy you want to save for the round number 4 and 5, and how confident do you feel like using something like a Stinger in the second anti-eco round. Now this setup is also bonkers. Like, as already mentioned, if your whole team is just focused on mid and A, put this trademark for B at the start of the round. And with the chamber, a lot of the times, you will be forced to start from the right side on mid right here. Because, you know, I mean, you can use this teleport as well to scale out, but your teammates will mostly get some initial contacts here. And as long as the enemies are not spamming you here with like, you know, Odin, Ares, or some shit like that, you can keep starting right. As soon as the enemy starts, you know, doing a random spam through the smoke, just start from the left side, you know, put this teleport and let's scale out with our teammates.
I mean, I wouldn't have that one because I don't usually make.
If nobody in your team wants to pick up the spike with, you know, yourself. Anyways, like, when you are holding the spike, you can persuade your teammates easier to follow you up and make the right place. One more time, I need to mention that this second round play is horrendous. Like, the more we fight in this mid area of the map, the more things can go wrong. Especially considering that we have 0 A-main and B-main control.
He's back here, isn't he? Oh, no way.
Way bad.
Decoy.
Oh shit.
I have this.
One teammate down,
What's gonna happen this round?
and we should have been ready for this. I told you, literally, I told you at the start of this round. Like, playing the second anti-eco rounds like this is just absolute fucking nonsense. Like, why would you fight on mid? First of all, in ranked solo queue, chances that enemies stack the A set and B set is below 5%, 1%. Players in Valorant just don't like risking, you know, 5 sticks. For some reason, I don't know why, but it's a decent strategy in eco sometimes. Second thing. This type of a play on mid, you use if the 5-man executes are not working. Fighting for mid is always a bit of a risk. Enemies can push us from behind, pinch us, kill us through the smokes, through the walls, with utility, with various type of bullshit. We have a huge gun advantage right now. We have an amazing team composition for 5-man executes A and 5-man executes B. Everything that we did in this round is just, why the fuck? Pick up the spike and just tell your teammates, hey guys, let's go A. Together as 5. No Omen, mid is not A. Please come with us. And that's it. You know? And here, like, you know, I already mentioned at the start of this round, you had to have this trademark right here. Like, if you're just fighting for the A main and for mid, we need to have this info if the enemies are pushing aggressively the B main area of the map. Also, at the start of the round, you should have picked up the spike. I don't know why is the spike in the spawn. Pick it up, always, and play with the team. So, you know, this round we mainly lost on a macro level rather than some micro mistakes. I mean, your micro mistake was like, you know, not using a trademark right here and not being ready for this type of a play. Whenever enemies are eco on a defender's side, you should always expect some kind of a bullshit play from the enemies. You know, they have nothing to lose. They already have shit weapons. You know, sheriffs, bandits, classic pistol, shorties, like, they can play aggressively, they can play passively, they can do this, do that, like, expect everything and anything. Like, while you were rotating towards the spike, you should have been ready for an enemy here. And you should have done this. Then you picked up the spike. You cannot run here. You need to walk to clear all of these angles. If enemies, you know, in the B-man maybe went for some kind of fast flank, fast lurk, and they fought a bit more aggressively. And we have zero info for that type of a play. So whenever you have no information, whether or not enemies can be somewhere, clear that area of the map like enemies are there. You know, don't be surprised. Don't be like, oh, Reyna is there. Reyna can be there. Like, we have no idea what the fuck is happening in this B-man area. But also, another thing. When you picked up the spike, if your teammates just want to run it down mid, you should have just went back and instantly running towards your teammates and trying to support them. Where are you going? You know? Our Neon is deep short. Yoru top mid. Omen mid. Even if you're 4v3 in an anti-eco round, we still have an enormous and very, very high advantage over the enemy team. We can still win this round by simply fighting together and taking space together. Now the round is gonna be interesting.
It's free. I'm going.
Prediction, yeah. They won the first round, right? Yes, sir. Okay, let's put a prediction for kills.
One link.
Ending.
50.
My bad.
Nice.
Once again, like, you know, both of these rounds that we won, your solo impact was potato. Literally nothing. Like, you did nothing to deserve winning these 2 rounds. Tell your teammates what to do. Analyze team comps a bit. Dive deep into the ranked playbook for Corrode and follow some of these rules and tips and strategies. Like, you know, your gameplay and game plan in the first 4 rounds on the attacker side cannot be random. It cannot be based on feelings and you know, I feel pushing A right now. Or something like that. Okay.
You wanna take bomb phase?
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But like, hopefully we win.
Yeah, they're popping through it.
Brother, like, so in the third bonus round, where the enemies can have outlaws, vandals, Odins, and whatnot, we decide to go mid again. Basically, you know, in this round, with the weapons that we have, power levels are completely shifted towards the enemies. Like, I mean, they have so much higher chances of fucking you up on mid, rather than you killing even one enemy. In this type of a round as well, we should still do a five-man push somewhere. Especially in this round where our economy is low, and we don't have that good, you know, that much of utility and that good weapons to fight against the enemies on mid.
Good. We get your flash.
So far, you know, what do we know about the enemies? We know that enemy Fade is playing mid every round. We know that enemy Reyna is the B player. We know that enemy Raze is the A player. And basically when it comes to Clove and Chamber, they're probably gonna shift their positions quite a lot. Anyways. So in this round, you know, doing a 5-man push on B would be a really decent idea, to be honest. But also, in the same time, it would be a stupid idea because of the AB pattern. I mean, like, right now, if I'm playing in the enemy team, like, I will be pre-assuming you're gonna go either mid or B again.
Spike down mid.
I seriously don't understand, like, why you play alone in these initial rounds, man. How can you trust these 4 teammates so much? Unless they're, you know, unless you're in the 5 stack. Like, only God knows what your teammates are gonna do in this round, and you decide to go for a solo play. Like, they can all die in the next 10 seconds, and you're gonna play a 1v5 for absolutely no reason. Go, fuck it, no. Fight S5 on mid, try to get some picks, put a trademark for either B-main or A-main to cover up the flanks and lurks, and that's it. Also, angle clearing of yours is disgusting. Like, especially when you want to go for some solo plays and you want to lurk and flank. What is mega important is that you're aware of every single angle and off angle on which enemies can play at that moment of time. And you need to clear every position properly until the moment of time when you know, based on the minimap and based on info and based on sound, that enemies are not there. So, you know, we need to jiggle pick this shit, clear all of these off angles, pull ourselves away from the wall, check this position. Now pull yourself away from the boxy box, jiggle in, jiggle out, jiggle in, jiggle out, jiggle in, jiggle out. Check literally everything, one step at a time. Then you can come a bit closer here to clear the tower, clear the backside. Like, how do you know that the enemies are not on any of these locations right now?
Oh, what? Okay.
You don't. You know? Moral of the story of these first 3 rounds is that in the first 4 rounds, you never, ever go for the solo plays. You never flank, you never lurk, you never try to be that type of a player in ranked solo queue. The main thing you should focus on is reading the enemies, reading their patterns of positioning and utility usage and rotations, trying to counter the enemies with a 5-man executes together with your team based on the team comps and map that you're playing. And then from the round number 5, maybe we can start playing alone and trying to pick some timings to fuck up the enemies alone. But doing it before that is just it's a complete, it's not even a 50-50 gamble. Like, most of the times, like, your teammates are just gonna die like potatoes, or you're gonna die like a potato, and your solo carry impact is gonna be 0.
36 raise.
Fake on you,
I'm out of here.
CHARLATAN, I'm so shit at the game, I'm going to give up. Anyone can get better and improve. Funny, we'll see, man. You should only give up if you don't enjoy playing Valorant anymore. Then it's just pointless.
I'm out of here.
Kaizen, brother, can we have some kind of a plan at the start of the rounds? Huh? You cannot allow your teammates to do whatever the fuck they want. And to just mindlessly run down mid every round or do, you know, you give them some kind of a plan. Give them some kind of a plan. Any plan is better than no plan at all. Literally any plan. Like, even a plan such as, hey guys, let's do a 5-man push B, is a better plan than being silent, bunny hopping around, and doing nothing. Hey guys, let's do a 5-man push B, 5-man push A, split A, split B, let's play 1-3-1 default, take the mid control. anything.
Try not to die.
Go, go, go! Out of here. Go, go, go!
Also, listen. Don't be allergic to picking up the spike. Pick up the spike. You know, even if you're playing Jet, Yoru, Chamber, whatever, to navigate your teammates and to persuade them to follow you up. And then, you know, as you go for the execute, drop it in the choke point and someone else can pick it up. But let's not leave the spike, you know, like in the main, in the spawn or something like that. Also, if you're doing a fireman push onto the B site, always use this trademark right here. So we get the earliest possible info if enemies are going for some kind of a flank or some kind of a lurk. Like 90% of times, if enemies decide to push behind you, they're gonna do this type of a play. And this trademark, this allows them to get into this corner. Smoking off this trademark is pretty much impossible, unless actually the controller is the one that is lurking. Like, there's no way in ranked solo queue that, you know, Clove and Omen from B and A are gonna perfectly smoke off this trip for their teammates. So, put that trademark, pick up the spike. We are running fast. Jump spot this angle for your teammates. Clear this angle. And now, when you're exiting B site, you have only like 2 teleports that you do. This teleport, if your main idea is to scale out into this position, like this, and this teleport, if you want to go deeper into the elbow, and basically try to take more elbow control immediately together with your teammates.
I have the fight. Shock it! Where are you?
Guys, ready? Line up.
Go, go, go! I have the fight.
Also, listen, like, man, play the rounds as fast as your teammates are playing them. Like, listen. There is absolutely no reason for you to shift once one of your teammates makes a footstep in the main area of the map. Like this is the most diabolical shit that players do in Valorant. Like, you want to slowly take the B-man space on contact as soon as one of you guys makes a step like this. We're going. Because enemies could have heard that step in the B-man, on the bomb site, anywhere. We need to run. We need to go. We're just wasting our time at that point. And anyways, you know, like, in ranked solo queue, when players hear just one footstep, most of the times, like, the comm is like, hey guys, they're pushing B. You know?
Guys, ready? Line up. 3, 2, 1.
I really don't like, you know, the pattern of executes that you chose for these first 4 rounds. Like, I swear to God, if you just push the A side 3 rounds in a row, and in the 4th round, you just did a fake, we would have maybe won like all 4 rounds in a row against this shit enemy team composition. What do you do about the games where a team all goes mid and stays there for 1 full minute? No, nothing. Fight with them on mid then, like, you know? Try to fight with them on mid for like 2 or 3 rounds. See how that is gonna work out. If it doesn't work out, then it's time to play alone. When will there be a new raffle? You have another 50 subs. Tomorrow. How to get out of autopilot. I explained that topic, and I fully covered it inside of this video on my Discord server. I think it's called most common mistakes that keep you stuck. Check that one. Now, another bad thing that you're doing here is where is the teleport? I mean, already at this moment of time, where your Neon was running it down, and she died. You needed to have a teleport because you're fully wide exposed from backside, elbow, a lot of different positions. Especially when you did a shit like this. You need to have a teleport for this fight.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
Where is the teleport, man? Like, enemies know your location. You wanna continue fighting the enemies in the B-man. Okay, good kill on the Raze, good kill on the Reyna. But why do we take a third fight against potentially 3 enemies without using the TP ability?
They are so dead.
No idea, man.
Okay, you know, this is an okay idea, to be honest. Like, maybe we can get some kind of a pick in the B-man area of the map. But still, I mean, you have the operator. Your teammates wanna go mid. Isn't it easier for you to get a pick in mid? You know, like, basically, like, we can start from... We can do a... Sorry. We can do this trademark. Get up here, above the enemy smoke, and search for the pick. Put this teleport. Nobody's there. My teammates wanna go out. We can easily, you know, take the fight with the enemies in short. From this position, take a fight with the enemies on mid. I don't know. I feel that you need to be speaking more with your teammates. You need to be giving them, like, more information. And you need to be giving them, like, more callouts. Like, as I already mentioned, I'm never gonna force you to be IGL or to truly invest yourself into leading your team. But at least on a macro level, you should be giving some kind of an idea to your teammates. Based, once again, on the map that you're playing, and on the enemy team composition and your team composition. Some kind of a plan, decent plan, is better than no plan whatsoever. Like, out of the last 5 rounds, you played 4 rounds alone, practically. League of Trolls, I would rather like. That's the agent problem, not you know. With Omen, you need to spend at least 300 hours to dial in all of the Omen plays and outplays. Omen is definitely one of the best agents if you're playing below Ascendant 1 and your aim is shit. Like, if you're not mechanically gifted, Omen can allow you to win the games by avoiding that problem.
Anyone gonna get the spike?
as already mentioned, like, you know, this play, not bad. You know, there is a huge chance that we can get a kill because in one of the rounds, Reyna pushed the B main area of the map, and you know, we know that they kind of like to be aggressive in the B main, but you know, once again, your Yoru is playing alone in A main. Your Fade is mid, getting revealed by the enemy Fade. You know, you just don't know if this one kill is gonna compensate the potential mistakes that your teammates might make on the opposite part of the map. You know, for example here, you could have gotten the same kill, on the enemy raising short. From this position right here. Literally the same kill. Open up the mid area of the map, put a trademark for the B-main, and now, you know, we can just scale short with our team and go for some kind of a fast A split. Now, especially after this kill, you should have just resetted your teleport and go back and play with your team. Basically, listen. When you're defaulting like this, you're just spread across the map like A main, B main, and mid. Once you get a kill somewhere, a numbers advantage, it is time for some kind of a mid-round call and for some team play. Now enemies know about your location, you know. They're probably gonna start shifting a bit more towards the A short, top mid, and B. Let's just regroup. Let's regroup with our teammates in A main, and let's maybe do some kind of a 3-2 split on A side. Or let's just all regroup towards the A main and do a 5-man push on A main. But you continuing this push without the teleport, when the enemies are already expecting you in the B main area of the map, first of all, you're giving a lot of info to the enemies. You know? Like, you're giving them the info that you're still there. But if you don't show yourself in the B main area of the map right now, like, enemies are gonna have to worry about that pressure for a very long period of time. Until they see you on the minimap. Like, while you're keeping your location a secret, like, you're consistently keeping at least one player around the B site, B tower, B link. So in the worst case scenario, we're gonna fight 5v3 on A. But it's probably gonna be 5v1 or 5v2. There goes our advantage.
No.
I'm pretty sure you could walk up B.
You brother, like, when you're picking the enemies in these common angles and common areas of the map, you need to pick them with a jiggle pick. Like, you cannot commit to these fights, or God forbid, just shift pick them, because you're in a huge angle perception disadvantage, and they can be literally anywhere. In and out. Let's clear this, clear this, clear this, clear this, this.
Okay, I'm different.
And also, I don't know why you're using Vandal instead of Operator. I mean, if you already have the Chambers ultimate, and you're clearing these common angles, you should be clearing them with your ultimate. One shot, one kill.
So I tried to break that for you, but I was spamming the smoke because my
I
bad.
broke the trip, there's no trip yet.
And now, it would be a good idea to pull out the Vandal, because enemies can, you know, surprise us from so many different angles and so many different positions. There can maybe be two enemies that we need to fight on the B site. Now is the time to pull out the Vandal. Also, you should have reset your teleport like 26 seconds ago. As soon as you use it, like, you know, to take a kill in the B main or A main or mid, reset it. we cannot allow this timer to go to 0, and then you reset it for the post plant or for some kind of a future play, and now once again you have 30 seconds cooldown for absolutely no reason.
There's a...
Time to run.
Teleport's ready.
Swing CT ready?
Listen, whenever you're going towards the elbow, from this location here, you need to clear these positions, this position, and then the right side completely. And then you scale into the elbow as soon as possible, taking the cover from the backside.
One link.
You've got to be aware of this gap.
Fade link, fade link.
They found my trap.
One's A main.
Oh, it's all right here.
Gotta go.
Now, I mean, this teleport can decide quite a lot of shit in this round. You know, we can use that teleport like to bait out the Raze ultimate and dodge it. We can use that teleport to get potential 2 picks instead of 1. You know, right now, if you had a teleport and you resetted the teleport, you could have placed it here and take some kind of an off angle like this and just wait for the enemies. Bam! 1 kill, they get slowed down. Another safe kill, you know, a fast crouch pick. We fight with the neon, we close this round. Or, you know, no one is going through the elbow, and CT, Raze is using the ultimate. You can play the front lines, try to kill the Raze, and TP away, so that none of your teammates actually die. Also, when it comes to your crosshair placement here, like, you're playing operator, you really don't have to aim for the enemy's head. You know, your crosshair right now should be somewhere here, ready for the enemy's crouch peek and also for the enemy's body.
Oh, I'm coming from spawn. 1. 2 CT. Locked out.
Fire in the hole. Here we go.
Oof. Okay. Thankfully, Raze didn't send anyone into graveyard.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, I like it.
We take.
Who was the spawn guy, Ruby?
I must have misheard. He must have been like right here.
Thrifty.
Baxter, welcome stream, man. Welcome stream, bro. Aman, welcome.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, I like.
Just this round will be 10 times safer and 10 times better and cleaner if you actually did the stuff that I was talking about as soon as you got the Reyna kill, and if you actually resetted your teleport, and you know, now we can take we could have taken a bit cleaner fight with the enemy fade as well, but okay.
Kit.
We take.
Who was the spawn guy?
Thrifty.
Beats.
I'm out of
That
here.
works.
But once again, like this trademark is just horrible right here. Like, always put it as a trial and trademark,
A gift.
so the enemies don't have the option to go like CT to go T spawn mid and aim in.
Go, go, go.
Go back. Take.
I'll walk
Deep
with
right.
you. Reyna walks up, gonna.
Take. Like you are.
Yeah, but assassin should take some beats.
I'm out of
That
here.
works.
Go, go, go.
Go back. Or B. Like you are, B. No.
Okay.
Take.
I'll walk
Deep
with
right.
you.
So low. Or,
Ah, okay, they want to pick up the Yodosorbs. Okay, okay.
Reyna walks up, gonna.
I really have no idea why you're walking so much when your teammates are already making the footsteps. As a matter of fact, here we're doing some kind of a bit of a fake. You know? Like, go and support. First of all, you need to support this Yoru to take this orb sooner. He cannot be picking up the orb without you holding this angle right here and waiting for the enemy's potential swing. Second of all, if enemies here, two of you guys here, you know, Yoru picking up the orb and you as well, we can maybe sell that as a fake. You know, we take the full beam and control, keep our location a secret, and now, you know, only God knows what we're doing. I don't know why you're walking so much, like, when it makes absolutely no sense to walk. Like, who is gonna hear you in the enemy team
Reyna walks up.
walk, you know, running in this position? You should have been ready for that fight, and you should have supported your Yoru. Run. Just go. Play with your teammates, bro. Relax. Charlatan, I've heard you talking about 5-stack idea in the last VOD review, and I think that would be awesome for both entertainment and coaching, and I hope that you can actually make it happen. Yeah, we're gonna start doing that, like, from either Monday or Tuesday. Basically, what we're gonna do is, like, I'm gonna pick 5 random players from Discord subs, and I'm gonna coach them for like 2 or 3 maps. It's gonna be interesting. I've seen some Jet VODs where you coach them, but you never really said that they should push main, for example. When I watch Aspas VOD, he always tries to take the first fights. Why? I don't understand, man. What main? Push main, for example. Yeah, Charlatan, I currently play point 1, 600 Immortal, but sometimes struggle to clear corners and always get caught off guard and shot by someone I'm not. Listen, like, point 1 and 1600 DPI is very low, man. Like, with that sensitivity, like, if you want to use that sensitivity, you need to have a really good crosshair placement and very good awareness. Like, it is just way too low, man. Way too low. It's really good for the, you know, better mouse control, but I mean, easier mouse control, but if you want to pull out point 1 at 1600 DPI, you need to be ready mentally and physically for every fight. Ron, no. I mean, I made an update about Bandit, and I just talked about it. Like, I said, you know, when Bandit is good, when should you buy it, and if you should buy it.
Kill them.
I'm gonna go back here with it.
My ult's
I'm gonna ult
ready.
B, but then I'm gonna go.
I'll handle this. Yeah.
Shooting A1. A-link for now. A-link for now.
Okay. So, Tusky, you mean like why am I not advising players to take the main fights? You can take the main fights. You can do that. But before you do that, it was on Pearl, and you said that pushing Amen is a bad thing to do as Jet, and you should rather take mid control. I have not said it. Literally. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna tell you right now what you're referring to. I'm gonna tell you right now. So, the only thing that I could have been referring to in that VOD review is that if you have 2 or more teammates on mid, you should always play and fight with them. Because they're always in much higher danger of dying and making some kind of a stupid mistake rather than your teammates in A-main. And objectively, you as a Jet player, doing a A push or B push through here or here, it really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters in ranked solo queue, when you're playing in between Iron 1 and Immortal 2, is that you're ready to support your teammates that have the highest chances of dying at every single moment of time. You mean on a defender's side? Or attack? On defender's side, yeah. I mean, you can do some kind of an aggressive play like this. On the, I mean, no, but the defense. Okay. You can go for this type of a play only if you have one of your teammates to support you, if enemies have a heavy util team composition. Because this type of a play is a waste of dash ability. If enemies have a Fade Dog, Fade Eye, Yoru Flash, Reyna Flash, like Phoenix Flash, you're just gonna waste your dash. For nothing. Literally. If you already think that enemies are gonna do a 5-man push on A. Like most of the times, you will get 0 out of it.
Stop blocking. Can we come back? Smoking off. So.
Kaizen, stop lurking. Stop flanking. If you already have numbers advantage, bro. We have Yoru's ultimate to clear the full A set and A main area of the map. Like, if you already wanted to lurk and flank in this round and do something alone, a much better idea was to simply go mid and try to catch the enemy's timings while they're rotating towards the A short and go for some kind of a play like this. Brother, by the time that you do some kind of a shit like this, your whole team on the A set will just die. Literally die. And also, you already have the info from the previous few rounds that the enemy chamber is always putting his trademark right here. That trademark is preventing us to go for this solo play right now. Your position is anyways going to be compromised. The pressure that you apply doesn't matter at all because, you know, enemies are soon going to see the spike. They're soon going to know that the rest of your team is just A. And they're probably going to just focus on fighting your teammates and killing them. While you're, you know, playing with your cock here alone. So I should only get aim and control when I have teammates to support me. But, like, yeah, yes. You know, if you, like, you should take the aim and control with the teammates. When you notice that enemies are not using any flashes or recon abilities to clear these off angles. If enemies have a terrible team composition that anyways cannot get you from these spots without peeking you. And that's it. Otherwise, it's just a waste of a dash ability if you know, if Tejo uses a drone and just reveals you there and tags you, like, you're just fucked. Fade uses the, you know, 2 dogs reveal C's, like, you're just gonna dash away and do nothing with that ability.
Oh, don't fuck that off. God. Time for Ella.
Varios, you can use it. You can use it, bro. This is why your trademark is shit. You know? For the A push. Like, the perfect trademark. The perfect trademark for that 5-man push on A looks like this. So you're completely disallowing enemies to get in any position here and to get in a T-spawn. And in the A-main as well. Like, that's where you put it. And the only thing that you need to worry about if you're rotating from B to A is clearing these angles, checking this deep angle, and then, you know, you just clear the A-main area of the map.
Smoking 3. 1 A link. Goodbye. I'm smoking CT off. 1 CT. 3-2. Fade 1.
Stop taking the fights and committing yourself to the fights and one and done angles, or common angles to be honest, if you can already use the teleport to take a fight, or you can take a safer fight. Why?
1 CT. 3-2. Fade 1.
Why do you feel forced in a 5v2 to take this fight in short? When you can simply be Bing chilling in this angle, holding an off angle like this, and waiting to see if enemies are gonna scale out through short. Then you get a teleport. We can just put a TP towards the elbow, and now, you know, you can hold this area of the map however you want, as long as you just go for one bullet or one burst fire and reset yourself.
One enemy remaining.
Bring them down.
I don't know what is... Why do you have this fetish of walking so much, man? Like, literally, like, your teammates are just running, engaging the enemies. Like, run, bro. You know? Omen died here. Your Neon is running, you know, running the enemies down. Knife out. Knife out. Until you reach the smoke. Put a TP. Get in a smoke. And be ready to swing out on your teammate's contact.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no! The fade. Out there.
To be honest, like, once again, like, we need to talk, like, this VOD is gonna be a lot of macro talks, I'm not gonna lie. Bro. You know that Chamber with AWP usually plays B. He puts a trademark on B as well. He plays either B or top mid. Reyna is also B. Raze is A short. Fade is top mid. And Clove is around A short and A. Just go A. Can we do a 5-man push A when the enemies are so predictable and so have such a shit team composition? Especially in this one, like, touching the mid area of the map is a suicide. Because of the Chamber's, like, ultimate. Even B-man as well. Like, this peek in the B-man that you're gonna do right now, if you don't jump spot the B-man area of the map, or your fate doesn't give you a dog, we're fucked. But even with a dog, like, I mean, Chamber can just wait, you know, play on a trigger discipline, let the dog tag him, and then on timing go for a shot and just kill you.
You can get just fade out and LB out there. Go there.
Yeah, oh my god.
You want to play? Let's play.
We'll catch them.
Take it orb. Get the orb.
Chamber is mid 100%. 1,000,000% now.
My ult is ready.
Very good. Very, very good hold of this smoke. Very fucking good. I see a lot of the players, like, when enemies do this smoke in B-main, they hold, you know, their crosshair is here, or some kind of a bullshit like that. Brother, whenever enemies give you some kind of a smoke, where they can peek you from behind the smoke, and get in a cover like this, be ready for that shit. On Corrode, enemies have this B-man smoke. You need to be mentally and physically ready for a play like this. On Breeze, enemies have this A-man smoke. Be mentally and physically ready for one enemy doing this, or playing in this corner. For an example. Very good, very good, very good.
We don't have to use our dot.
Yeah.
Reloading.
For sure, just faked it.
This trademark on A site is really gonna fuck us up. But by the way, chat, listen. Like, if your trademark is not useful anymore on both attackers and defenders side, like on attack, for example, like you just completely change the plan and your team decides to, you know, just go B instead of splitting B or going A, pick up this trademark and we can use it later for something else. You know, we can use it to clutch up the rounds, we can use it to play 1v1, 1v2, we can use it to cover the space, improvise a bit, if you need to fight multiple enemies at the same moment of time. Yo, Ari, I'm also, man.
I want to get
Like, trademark is not a tool that you only use to reveal the enemy's flanks, lurks, and shit like that.
this back. But fuck.
It's a great info tool.
I want to get this back.
I don't know why you're not going in here. I know that you don't have a teleport. We wasted it early on. But you need to go in right now. Like, okay, Neon gave us this wall. You should run on the left side of the wall and try to scale up with the Neon into the elbow or whatever this Neon wants to do. Your Yoru is already on site as well. We cannot wait for this wall to go down, enemies to smoke us off, and then Chamber start picking apart your teammates one by one, or you know, enemies with their shotguns, or I don't know, like nades, metal, different type of abilities. No stream yesterday. I was out of town for like 8 hours, and I had like two coaching sessions as well, so I was like mega tired. You know, in this round, I would much rather see you fighting with this Neon in elbow and taking the space together with her, rather than being a spectator and just waiting to see what's gonna happen. You need to be more proactive, man. You need to scale up better with your teammates and then try to support them. Even with the Chamber. Even with the Chamberman. You know, you have 2 teammates on the bomb side. We have the Fade ultimate that cover the whole backside. I know you don't have a teleport, but we have a refrag potential. We have higher chances of taking this site if we fight together. We have Omen, Paranoia, Fade Dogs, Fade Reveal, Fade Ultimate. Like, what else do you need to take the site? Die with honor instead of being the cameraman. But yeah, basically like that. Basically like that. Now, listen. Number 1 rule of Corrode is what? On the B side. As soon as you take the bomb site control, your next focus is taking the elbow and CT and tower. Telling one of your teammates to play with you, or if your teammates are already playing elbow, you just play with them. Once we lock in this area of the map, enemies only have the B-Link as an option, and they're practically fucked. You know, doing the retakes of B only through B-Link is just a suicide. It's not gonna work. I just can't.
Hold CT, hold CT, hold CT. On CT right now.
So right now, when your Omen planted the spike, we should have, like, you know, pushed towards the Neon, bro, like.
Reloading.
No, like...
Blinding.
Bro.
2 link.
Good refrag there. Very good refrag. Not bad.
Link as well. Both link.
Teleport's ready.
And once again, we come to the part of the VOD where you simply don't need to fight. You simply don't need to fight at all to win this round. All you have to do right now is keep your location a secret. Give yourself a teleport with which you can play, and that's it. Yes, you know, 3 of you guys are kind of scattered on the map. But okay, we can easily play some crossfire setups on all of these positions. Right now, what you can do is simply put a teleport up on this box here, hold this angle, this line of sight, so that enemies cannot, you know, engage easily your teammate in the B main like this. And as soon as your teammates get a contact with the enemies, or you get the audio where the enemies are, you can just, you know, get ready for a fight. Get a free kill. Yo, just got a tier 2 Big Brain Discord sub, and the Jet Playbook is 10 out of 10. You the GOAT. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. When Neon to Radiant? But never. I get dizzy when I'm playing Neon. I literally get dizzy, bro. I wanna puke with that agent. Could you recommend a detailed Omen guide so I can get better? On my Discord server, you have like 50 hours of private coaching on Omen, where I cover the Omen on every single map, in every single situation, every single setup, every single execute, when and how to do it. In the ranked playbook. Crimson, awesome, man. Okay.
Get.
One enemy remaining.
Not bad. You know, even what you did here was like fine, to be honest. Yes, we missed the teleport a bit there. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, this TP should go here. But it was okay. You know, the perfect setup here would have been if you got a timing to get below your Neon, so we can fight a double tower setup and pick a fight like this. But then, you know, doing this type of rap was a good idea. Good idea.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Watching you.
Listen, man. If this Clove already has no idea where the fuck are you, keep her location a secret and just kill her. She needs 7 seconds to defuse the spike, bro. 7 mother effing seconds. Just walk up to her. What's the problem? And also, listen, like there is you know, in Valorant, the corners are a bit tricky, you know, when you spam them and the depth perception is kind of fucked up in this game, and I don't know why. Like literally in Counter-Strike, for example, like it's quite easy to like spam the enemies like through boxes, walls. Like it's much more intuitive. Brother, if you're spamming this box, like and you know, Clove is defusing a spike there, you literally need to spam this position here to hit her, to headshot her and kill her while she is defusing the spike. But okay, we can also win the round like this.
A gift.
You got a judge?
Unnecessarily complicated match. At least on a macro level, like, and team play level. Like all of these rounds could have been so much more simple, easier to win, and just cleaner overall. Not now as well. You know that every round enemies have at least 2 enemies on B, 2 enemies or 3 enemies on mid, and like 1 enemy defending A site.
No, I'm sorry. Got Matt Black on that one.
You said what?
What role is the least picked in Valorant? Less people main it. Probably like Sentinel, man. Like probably Sentinel. But I really think that roles in Valorant are pretty balanced, in my opinion. If you just look at the standard roles, you know, like controller, duelist, initiator, and sentinel. if you don't take a look into subcategories. Because, you know, even in Sentinels, I mean, you have a fucking chamber. Chamber is one of the most picked agents in Valorant. You know? So... yeah.
So I got matte black. The default.
But he is not a Sentinel, like, he's a hybrid duelist, basically, like.
One and only.
Which role does Harbor fit in? Garbage.
Bring them down.
So yard. I think Chamber's supposed to keep you here. Oh, that's okay.
I don't think it's worth it what you're doing here, man. Like, literally... now we're like, in the same position as we were in the first round as well. And now you didn't even get a kill on timing. What? Do your teammates smell? They didn't shower? They have STDs or what? HIV, bro, like I don't know, Corona? You have such a good team comms for like 5-man executes, man, like. Chamber TP to get initial fight contacts, info, Omen teleports, Paranoia, smokes like Yoru 2 flashes, TP, fake out, Neon stun, and you know, all of the Neon bullshit. And Fade, like literally perfect team comp for taking the A site.
Nice. I'm gonna flash out. You ready? Blinding Titan now.
Take hold.
You're playing way too solo, man. Way too solo. Way too solo, bro. Now listen. If you wanna go for some flanks and lurks through mid, timings are very important for this type of plays. Okay. So, you do this teleport, and you wanna try surprising the enemies on mid. First thing that you need to do, if you plan to go for a solo play, to backstab the enemies in short or top mid, we need this motherfucking trademark at the start of the round. So the enemies cannot but fuck me, and I don't need to worry about my anal cavity. Second thing, you should go for this type of a play based on some kind of an information or timing. Information number 1. On minimap, you literally see whole enemy team. Go. Information number 2. You actually hear the enemies making tons of footsteps. Surprise them. Try to get a kill here. Or try to get behind them. Timings. Your teammates take the elbow and get a hard contact with the enemies on A site. Hard contact. Someone in the enemy team dies, or one of your teammates dies. Okay. Time to swing out. Time to start taking the space. You cannot do this type of play in the first 2 seconds of a round. What type of a lurk, flank, and solo pick is that? Here, you know, wait for your teammates to do the smokes, to do the paranoia, for enemies to get the information from their club. Guys, enemies are pushing A, help me out, please! And then, you start taking space. Like, literally, right now you just wasted your time. Number 1, you're risking your teammates dying in the aim-in for nothing, and dying alone. And you're losing the gap between your teammates for nothing.
Yard. I think Chamber's supposed to keep you here. Oh, that's okay.
And even here, you know, once you teleported and reset the teleport, knife in the hands, run. Run. Your teammates didn't take an inch of the space on A site. We don't have the elbow. We don't have the stairs. We don't have the side. Run! You know, now we do the 5-man execute. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Pull out a gun. Get ready for a fight. Very good. But even here, you know, what we should be doing, we should slowly be scaling towards the Fade. So we can get deeper fights with the Fade and fight together with her.
Fine.
What the?
Good.
One, two, three.
Very good repositioning here, behind this boxy box. And very good support of the Fade. Papita, why does Oxy say that he prefers Vele way more than Jet? Vele is better than Jet in high elo lobbies and when you have the team around yourself. It's easier to pull off the bullshit type of plays. Vele is worse than Jet in low elo and medium elo, and where team play is just not possible.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Okay.
That shit ever.
Can we just play it?
Before you go.
What elo would you say Vele is worth to play? It is worth for you to consider playing Vele after Ascendant 1. But just consider. You know, not really maining her, just touching her a bit in a non-sexual way. Immortal 3 to Radiant is the best elo to play the Vele. Vele or Yoru, I would say Yoru is better. In ranked solo queue. I mean, 2 teleports, 2 fast rotations, a lot of executes, 2 flashes, ultimate for info, fake out to bait the utility, bait the shots. Like, it's just better, like, more utility, more. You can make more mistakes, essentially. With Vele, a lot of the times, you might activate a refract, dash in, saturate, go back, and literally waste 3 abilities for nothing. Because enemies counter you with 1 ability or you know, some mistiming happens.
Be careful walking up.
Yeah, let's go left side. Yard.
You will have to explain. You will have to explain this to me after the VOD review because he's currently not here. Like he's playing the game. What type of a play is this? Yeah, I don't know what's the purpose of this play. Are you trying to get instant pick on mid and just force the fight with the teleport? Or are you trying to actually lurk and surprise and backstab the enemies and apply different level of pressure? Because right now, my guy is literally doing a A split alone. And I don't know why the fuck would you do this.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
He's left side, left side, left side, left side, left side.
You need to wait a bit. You need to chill a bit, man. Like, you cannot just... As soon as the round starts, start walking through the mid area of the map. Are you crazy, bro? 2 out of 3 times enemies revealed you instantly. 1 time you got a kill, the other time you did nothing. Wait a bit, you know, wait to see if Fade is gonna drop the eye. Wait for our teammates to maybe take some space on the A set and A main to apply some level of pressure. And then start walking out. You need some info for this type of play. And also not to mention, like, here,
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
you had to clear this angle.
He's left side, left side, left side.
We should have cleared deeper short angles. Like, you literally have no idea if an enemy can be, like, if an enemy can be, here, nowhere, literally. All of these angles, like, you need to clear, you know, pull yourself away from the wall, jiggle in, jiggle out, start walking in. Silence the mechanic. Playing Vele in the low elo is like playing an initiator, but you're literally playing a Sova drone in low elo. Like, a lot of times, you're just gonna go in with all of your utility, just get the information and get out. Because you won't be able to fight enemies alone. That is also a good point from Aman. Like, he has conditioned the enemies. Shut the fuck up, Chamber. He has conditioned his enemies about his lurk so much that even if he doesn't lurk again in this half, they will probably be scared of him. Exactly. Like, especially when you start lurking so early on in a match. Enemies will anyway start, you know, wasting more time defending the bomb sites, anchoring the positions, and doing slower rotations. Like, the whole point of these lurks and flanks is just to condition the enemies to think in a specific way. It's not even to win the rounds or take the kills, like, and once you condition the enemies, like, you can do a lot of different stuff. Aman's watch time is paying off. Nah, Aman is crazy, man. Like, he literally watches my stream where I'm coaching for like 4 or 5 hours, then instantly switches to Worthy and others. Respect, bro. He is grinding for his Radiant YouTube channel, you know?
Left side.
We going or not?
Wow,
What is this?
he did.
There was a raise nade in chamber.
And once again, what did you do? Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Relax a bit. Like, your lurks, flanks, and solo plays need to be based on some kind of an information. Previous round's information or the current round information. If you have no info at all, or you don't know how to pick these timings in that specific match, just play with the team. You'll be useful in one way or another. Because you have a teleport, you can give your teammates the confidence to go in, you can reveal the enemies, potentially get a pick. There's so many things you can do. Yeah. Now this is a good play. Now this is a good play in this round. A very fucking good play. Every single enemy saw him doing this type of a play for 2 or 3 rounds. And every single time when he used a teleport on mid to pick a fight, he went back into the aim-in. So he conditioned the enemies to think that he is never going for a double flank, a double lurk, like, or a double play. And this switch up in the round number 4, the 4th time when he's doing this type of play, is really fucking good. That's why, like, you know, on a macro level, I'm explaining that you always want to condition the enemies to think in a specific way, so that you're not super predictable and you're always repeating the same fucking patterns. This play right now, very good.
Last player
Why are we
standing.
going right side?
Spike down A.
But once again, like, this is the danger, and this is the downside of every solo play that you do in ranked solo queue. And that's why I would always recommend you, if the 5-man executes are working, 5-man splits, 5-man pushes to the same area of the map, team play strategies, just keep abusing that shit. It's just easier to win a match, you know? If enemies have no response to your utility and to your executes, the game is over. The game is done on the attacker's side. And these type of plays are like your last resort. Okay, not really the last resort, but mid-half resort. You know, if team play is not possible.
I don't get this, man.
Also, you know, so what's another problem in this round? Enemies are playing an eco halbay on a defender side of Corrode. Whenever enemies are eco or halbay on a defender side of Corrode, this area of the map doesn't exist for your team. You either do a 5-man push B, where you're mainly fighting for the elbow and just the site, and that's where you stop, or you do a 5-man push on A, with this type of a setup where you smoke elbow, you smoke this, plant the spike there, then when the smokes are disappearing, you just take the full short control, main control, and maybe we can take elbow with the team later. But we want to plant the spike as soon as possible on this corner. And that's it. Why would you lurk, flank, and play alone in a round where enemies have a Sheriff, Spectre, Judge, Bucky, and shit weapons? Now listen, this round is not worth clutching. Because enemies are going to build a very strong economy out of this round. Your economy is a bit shaky. Because if you lose this weapon, in the next round you can go for the full buy. And the round after that. But if you lose 3 rounds in a row, like, we cannot buy in the 4th round and 5th round. 1v5, fuck it. You know, you getting any kills here means absolutely nothing to you. Literally nothing. Let's save the money, reset ourselves, maybe try to go for some exit kills. You know, maybe we can go into T-spawn and around the trademark try to get a few picks. Once the timer is like at 5 seconds or 4 seconds. There's no winning this. Literally no winning this.
I have no patience on this game.
And this was just an absolute suicide. Like, don't Sudoku yourself. You know, reset yourself, think about the next round. You know, you can spend this 1 minute thinking why this round went wrong. What went wrong in this round? What can be correct? To ask your teammates what they want to do in the next round and to make some kind of a plan. And then, you know, we can, at the last 5 seconds of the round, like, we can try to maybe get 1 or 2 safe picks.
Walks. Are doing the same game plan we're done.
Can't do a judge. Everybody calm down. Relax.
Also, how you're peeking the mid area of the map is just horrendous, bro. You cannot do this type of a peek. It's just way too dangerous. Pull yourself away from the wall. Clear this scale up first. And then from this position, jiggle in, jiggle out. Clear the upper angles and then start moving forward. And what now?
Duelists aren't going fast enough.
We are good.
Very good usage of a teleport. No commitments. No commitments in these relationships with the Fade. 1 bullet, 1 try. It's okay. Perfect. But once again, like, you know, you're not supporting your teammates that wanna FF on 6-3. And then just lost the anti-eco round. Anti-eco round on the 4-man push on A. One thing that I also like here is what type of a pattern we developed in the last 3 to 4 rounds. In the last 3 rounds, we literally did the same play for 3 rounds in a row. And now, the perfect moment of time for you to change your setup and to become a bit more unpredictable is in the round number 4. For 3 rounds in a row, you do the same shit with just slight adaptations. And now in the next round, if you do fake A and go B, a round is over. Chamber is playing B, so the Sentinel is on the B side. Very good. On A side, we just need to send Yoru, Fade, and Omen can give them like 1 smoke for the cross right here. You're gonna pull at least 4 players towards this area of the map. But let's see how this this round is gonna go first. Moody, what's the man?
Walked so close, I'm like, okay, surely gonna go out. So I blind him.
Syed Nabil Hassan. Hassan, welcome brother.
Nothing happened. Are doing the same game plan we're done.
I don't know what is this trademark that you're doing, bro. You need to change your trademark setups on attack, bro.
Calm down. Relax.
Okay, this time our teammates didn't die. Listen, when you're holding the enemy's push through A short, and you're playing from the pocket, don't play on the left side, unless you have a teleport. You know, on this position, you really need to commit into fighting enemies, because they can quite easily spam you through this box, especially once you're reloading, and just get you out of the server. And especially if you don't have the support of someone else in your team. You know, let's say, okay, if one of your teammates is playing here, and you're playing on his contact, that's fine. If you have a teleport here, and you just wanna pick a fight like this, that's fine. But playing alone here, without a teleport or any movement ability or escape tool, most of the times it's a suicide. If you're searching for the contact with the enemies. If you do something like this, where you just hold this angle, and you're waiting for the enemies to scale into A short, like this off angle is amazing to get free picks onto the enemies once they're engaging your teammates through the stairs. Because they don't have the benefit of doing this, because they can die, you know, from your teammates on a random timing, and just they cannot commit towards that off angle. Like, you wanna play, you know, 4 of your teammates are sight and elbow. You wanna hold A short push from the left side, from these boxes here. Just do this. Hug the wall. Hold this tight angle. Be ready for a fight. Now, one downside of this angle is obviously it's a very tight angle. Not everyone can hold this shit and get a kill, obviously. But, you know, just practice your reaction time. Or get a Logitech GPX 2 Super Strike Megazord Metal Greymont. Logitech, man. Free promotion. Can I get the mouse for free? I really don't want to buy any more mice.
Face your fear!
Is this Immortal? Ascendant to Immortal 1.
Removed. My ult is ready. Enemy A.
Don't commit to the fights alone if you don't have to do that. Jiggle in, jiggle out. Hold the tight angles. Hold the off angles. Especially if there's only 6 seconds for your teleport. Both enemies are in the A short. They have nowhere to run. Nowhere to run! Just relax. Wait for the TP. Wait for your teammates to get a contact. Let's fight with them. You don't have to die alone and to fuck up your economy just for 1 or 2 kills. Kills mean nothing in Valorant. Once the round is already over. Once we create the win conditions. The only thing that matters is that we stay alive. We close out this round. And, you know, the most of our teammates stay us alive, so we build a strong economy for the rest of this match.
I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. First side.
Make noise and I'll TP back, then we hit it with my ult.
Fake A, go B. The best strategy we can do right now. Enemies are rotating super fast on A. Super fast. Literally, we pushed A 3 rounds in a row. We conditioned the enemies to defend A site a bit more. Like right now, there's gonna be at least 2 or 3 enemies defending A site. At least. And 2 or 3 enemies around the mid area of the map. And I guarantee to you right now on B, there's only 1 enemy. Probably that chamber that we've, you know, never seen, usually. So I don't know why we're... why are we faking A site instead of B? Why are we... Maybe we are faking A. Let me see.
Come here, Fade.
Oh, we are faking it. Very good, very good. I just don't know, like...
Yo, Fade can be.
we want to do a 5-man push on B. Yikes. I mean, fake A, go B would be an amazing idea right now, to be honest. I would let this Fade play alone. I think the Fade turned off the comms because she said FF in the round number 10? No, in the round number 8. So I would actually let this Fade do whatever the fuck she wants. And just tell the Omen to give her this smoke and tell the Yoru to fake with a Fade, with this type of a teleport.
Sharp Fade, fake A, bro. We're just gonna be. Let's get that.
No, it's a really good idea to do a fake in this round. Maybe it's not a good idea based on economy. You know, enemies are once again playing some kind of an eco halberd round, and their economy is shit. But in terms of, you know, macro level strategy, pretty good.
He doesn't speak English. I'll just wait. Wait on. He doesn't speak English.
Purpose of your trademarks is never to tag the enemies or hit them. Trademark doesn't deal a damage whatsoever. The only purpose of your trademarks is to give you the information as soon as possible if the enemies are going for a flank and lurk, and to be positioned in a way where they're just harder to be smoked off and avoided. Also, the purpose of the trademarks is to give you more space on the back if you decide to do some kind of a rotation. This trademark completes every purpose that I've mentioned right now. This trademark doesn't even cover you properly from the B-man flank and lurk.
I'll just wait.
Okay, now it does, sorry.
Yep, just fake A.
But still, it's shit. You know, like, what if one of your teammates ends up in B main like this in the post plant, and one enemy decides to flank and kills him like this? Whose fault is that? It's yours. And your teammate raging at you is a valid rage. Now, of course, it's not a valid rage because, like, you know, if your team has decided to do this in a post plant, and he didn't realize that you put that trademark, that teammate is autopiloting and he is mentally disabled. And he should adapt to your utility. But just, you know, it doesn't make sense putting this trademark, like, and giving enemies so much space here.
I can ult in. Once he fakes it.
Do
I already TP'd.
Yoru is pushing. To be honest, I have no fucking idea what we're doing. Like, we said that Fade is gonna fake the A site. You're playing mid, your Fade is doing the ultimate on A site. Your Yoru is using the ultimate on the B site. 3 of your teammates are B main. What the fuck is going on? And now, in these matches, like, where you need to ask yourself what the fuck is going on, just play with the teammates that have the spike and that are doing something useful for you at that moment of time. Fuck the mid, fuck the Fade. Let's just play with the Yoru, Neon, and Omen. Yoru has the ultimate. He is the Fade in this round. You know, the Fade dog. He's gonna give us the info. Omen paranoia, smokes. Your teleport, Omen teleport, Neon slide, smokes. Like, even a 4-man push on B here is totally fine. But now you're trusting 3 of your teammates with a spike, without the initiator, to take the B side control.
They don't.
You better get some good timings here to like fuck up enemies on mid. From which rank does smurfing stop existing? From Immortal 3. I mean, a Radiant player can easily... I mean, okay, a Radiant player can easily get Radiant, but any Radiant player can easily fuck up the Immortal 1, Immortal 2, even the low Immortal 3 players as well. Like from around like 300, 400 rank rating, like that's where, you know, even if you're a smurf, like God knows who you're gonna play. You know, even if you're a super good player, God knows who you're gonna play with and against, and if you can actually solo carry that match.
I think I'm ulting. Right here, close, close, right here, stuck. Stun.
That's why, like, you know, as soon as you get to Immortal 3, it is 10 times easier getting Radiant with some duo Q. Like, the main problem of Valorant is mainly the community. And removing 25% of chances of having one disabled teammate is huge.
I'm stunned!
No, skill gap between Immortal 1 and Radiant is still like... Skill gap between Immortal 1 and Radiant is similar to like Gold 1 and Immortal 1.
Oh, that...
Okay, maybe Platinum 1, Immortal 1.
Not your best.
Once again, we got lucky a bit, man. I don't know, like in this match, you really... Like 3 of your teammates pushing in the B side when there can be like 2-3 enemies stopping them. Neon, Yoru, and Omen only with a spike. Fade mistiming the fake and doing some mambo jumbo shit on A. I don't know. By the way, as soon as you made this numbers advantage here on Clove, you should have just resetted towards the B set as soon as possible with a fade. You're 4v3. We can just simplify this round and close it in the easiest way possible. Just go B-main, try to play with the Neon and Omen as soon as possible. The problem with this push here is gonna be the timing. Like now, I absolutely have no idea where are the last 3 enemies. One guy can be here. The other guy can be here. There can also be a second guy shifting through the short, backstabbing me as well. Like, unless you're doing some kind of a 3-man or 4-man split onto B through mid. Once you get some picks here, like, just... sayonara. Knife in the hands and...
I can flash you out for you.
Go B.
Here. What happened? Fuck, I'm behind. Fuck, I'm behind.
Happens.
What happened? Fuck, I'm behind.
The main problem in this fight was, unfortunately, mainly your crosshair placement. I mean, like, listen. If you're already here an enemy running you down, you should always be pre-aiming a bit wider so that you don't need to rely on too many flicks and micro adjustments to kill that enemy. Like, basically here, if I hear the raise doing this, your crosshair should not be here or here. It should be somewhere here, like this. She goes for a wider swing, easier to catch her. She goes for a short peek, only the left micro corrections and micro adjustments. But also, you know, in this situation here, where your fade is bottom mid and your top mid, you should have just ignored the raise. Because there is no way that raise is gonna expect fade in that corner. Once you make some kind of a pressure on top mid, and you take the space in B-link with your Neon and Omen. Like that, you know, we could have used this fade as a trump card to get, you know, one free kill.
What happened? Fuck, I'm behind.
I mean, anyway, she's gonna get the kill, but still.
One enemy.
Use the ult.
Them on.
Why do you need your teleport in the spawn? I mean, like, if your teammates are mainly, you know, if the plan is to once again lurk up through mid, and we mainly want to go towards the A site, just at the start of the round, put this teleport right here, or on the same position where you always had it. After the round starts, you know, then rotate onto this position, and now, you know, we can try to pick a fight in short, top mid, get on the boxes to get a pick above the smoke. And once you teleport, you don't need to do a marathon to connect with your teammates on the A side. By the way, guys, what do we think about marathon? Did you see that new game? Personally, I really don't fuck with a art style, man. It's way too counter blocks Roblox offensive.
Let's take you out again.
Okay, you know, this peak. You have a teleport. Good jump peak. We were missing a bit of micros, but that's fine. But you see here, like, it would have been 10 times better if now you teleported towards the right side. And you can instantly play with your teammates. And also, like, you know, by watching some of your fights, you mainly struggle when it comes to your micro corrections. Like, your speed and reaction time is there. Crosshair placement, mostly good. In some situations, I would say perfect. Angle clearing can be better in certain areas of the maps. Like, you need to think a bit more about, you know, advantages such as angle perception advantage. And you need to clear more corners and angles when you're lurking and flanking and playing alone. But, you know, micro corrections and micro mouse control should be like your main priority, like moving forward. Like, fuck everything else, literally. Like, fuck the crosshair placement, fuck speed. Like, let's try to pre-aim a bit better in these fights when the enemies are moving.
Let's take you out again. Take you out again.
Okay.
Fucking. Lying right side. Ooh, on my bungee, my bad.
I would just take inside.
Bring them down.
Flash at this.
Nice shot.
Try to get into this position while your teammates are going through the elbow. But, of course, like, listen. When you already have 4 teammates going through the elbow, the play that he is doing is not bad. Not bad at all. Especially if you have the Omen smoke here. You know, your smoke. It's totally fine if you hold the peek through the smoke while your teammates are taking the elbow. It's still a team play game, and you know, we can never have like 5 players going through the elbow and just running it down. You can have 5 players going through the stairs, planting the spike, taking the site, and taking the short with a smoke here and here. But, you know, 5 players in elbow, like, you can get stuck, Stebro. And once again, our friend Kaizen should just take the same angle as before. Just holding this position here. Getting 1 pick there, then another pick. Having a safety for his body.
One is one.
No reason. There's absolutely no reason to swing out in a 1v2, 1v1, 1v3 fight with the operator here.
That's what.
Oh my god. Too slow.
Dude.
One enemy remaining.
Teleport's ready.
Okay. Not bad.
One enemy.
Just once again, like, you know, in a 4v3, you're risking it too much by playing some, you know, one and done angle like this. You know, widely open to the enemy's peaks and fights. You just get, you know, you kill the fade. Just do this as soon as possible, so you can have some kind of a cover for yourself if you miss the shot. And you have more options to engage that Reyna later.
One enemy remaining.
Teleport's ready.
How many kills? 12. 12 kills. Brother, my predictions are goated, huh? This was like dead middle, man. Dead middle. Okay, next prediction. Do they win the first round on defender side? I just uploaded to go back like it was a YouTube video. Okay, now on the defender side of Bind. Bind, huh? Corrode. My brain is just fried. Let me just reset the server quickly. Chat, we have like... we have 2 more VOD reviews to do. So basically... 2 more VOD reviews to do. And then we start with the playbook. As I already mentioned, like, during this month, I'm definitely gonna finish the chamber playbook for every single map. And I'm gonna try to do half of the race playbook as well. And during March, like, we're just gonna finish raise Yoru and move on to the 6th agent as soon as possible. The 6th agent is probably gonna be... Actually, I'm just gonna let you guys vote. Like, it really doesn't matter to me. Like, I just don't know what's you know... What's popular here? Phoenix? Phoenix? I don't know. Vele? Vele playbook should be easy to make. Cypher? Some initiator? Okay, Corrode. Now, on the defender side of Corrode, your default side number 1 priority B. Number 2 priority A. Number 3 priority mid. But, hear me out. On this map, you generally don't give a shit about B side and A side control. Like, you're never willing to die alone trying to defend A side or B side. You're trying to get a pick, you're trying to make a numbers advantage and stop the enemy, you know, delay the enemy's push a bit, but it is totally fine if you also just play retakes and you just safely position and reposition on the map. Now, Corrode is a fast rotation map. On the first contact between your team and enemy team, you need to make some kind of a move. Take more space, rotate fast, do something with that info. Next topic. You always prioritize the top mid, short, and mid control over the B side and A side. Always. So if enemies are doing some kind of a split or applying the pressure on mid, fuck the A side, fuck the B side, regain the mid control and fight there with your teammates. On this map, your default play, or a default play of your team, in every round can be taking the mid. You know, every round you're asking your controller to give you this smoke, and we're fighting from top mid or A short for the mid control in some kind of a way. When should you play mid? You should gamble on mid only when you need to gamble. You have no idea where the enemies are gonna go. Enemies are playing some kind of an E-core hull by round. Enemy's pattern of pushing and executes is way too random. You don't know where the enemies are gonna go. Start on mid, take the mid control and do fast rotations. And fast support. Whenever you're rotating between A site and B site, you should mainly prioritize the mid rotations. This rotation takes an enormous amount of time. And like, while you rotate, your whole team can just die. Like a potatoes. And the final mistake that players make on the defender side of Corrode is they play way too passively. Like, if you're starting on B, we need to consistently have the info if enemies are here. If you're starting on A, as soon as the round starts, we need to have the info if some enemies are in the A main area of the map. Now, in the first round of Corrode, with a chamber, you should always do this type of a setup. So basically, if you're the solo sentinel, trademark that you put for the B main area of the map right here, like, just a moment, like this. And you have a lot of different options. You can go for the classic light shield and 2 headhunters. You can go for 6 headhunters. You can also get a ghost with 1 headhunter. It's really up to you, whatever you prefer. Now, before you start the first round, you put your teleport here, then you run B to put this trademark, then you use this teleport to go top mid, and then you're starting the round towards the right side like this, waiting for the enemies and trying to get a pick there. And in the first round, always tell your controller to also give you the smoke for bottom mid. And that's it. Like, that's how you should just play the first round. If enemies are splitting A or going A, you can just use an improvised teleport like this to try to fuck up the enemies through the smoke and maybe get a pick. Rotate through short to support your teammates. That's it.
We have one more going on. There's some top mid for quick rotate.
Gotta go.
Now, when it comes to team comps, enemy team comp is actually not as good as yours for doing the 5-man executes. And against this team comp, to be honest, like, you should always be starting a bit more aggressively, you know, in A-man and B-man areas of the map. Because if you burn away at least like 3 abilities from this enemy team comp, like 1 Reyna Flash, maybe 2 Fade Dogs or Raise Nade and Boombot, defending against this team comp should be a piece of cake with good positioning and repositioning. Best initiative for Corrode. For Corrode, probably Fade. Like Fade and Sova. For Abyss, Sova.
That's a good spot.
I'm gonna take a break after this game.
This setup is, I don't know, a bit of a nonsense. Like, to be honest, like, you know, if you already want to use some kind of a setup in the first round on B side, just put a teleport right here. As soon as the round starts, try to go towards the right angle. Try to get a pick here. Bap, bap. TP away, get instantly onto this off angle to fuck up 1 more enemy, then drop down, and then we can just take the fights with our teammates. Or reset into the enemy smoke and just play the retake.
Get one in, get out.
No loose ends.
Wait. So, you wanna hide in this corner and surprise the enemies. They have 2 Fade Dogs, Raise Boombot, and Reyna Flash. How the fuck are we gonna do that if we're not playing some kind of a double bait setup? Like if one of your teammates is not destroying and baiting out the enemy's utility. I don't know, we'll see. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Also, like, you know, always put the Chamber's trademark in this position. Why? Because when you put the trademark in the left corner, here, a lot of the times, your teammates that are playing in the B link are not going to be ready for this type of a peek through the B main area of the map. And they're just going to die like a potatoes. Like, this trademark needs to cover your teammates from the enemy peek in the B link. Especially if enemies are lurking and playing alone, they cannot have this vision. Brother, if enemies don't clear this angle with their utility, I mean, they should get a Nobel Prize for retardation. Wait, I need to cut that word out of my vocabulary, because soon we're getting unbanned on TikTok, and if I say it one more time, we get another 30 days ban. That's why we got banned on TikTok like 15 times during January. Oh yeah, also not to mention that enemies have a fade reveal as well. This was a fucked up setup, to be honest, for the first round. Like, in the first round, if you want to play B with the chamber, just put a TP here. Try to get a pick here. Bam, bam. Take this off angle as a safe angle. Play on the edge. We can destroy the eye. Bam, get one more kill. And now fight with your teammates. I think it doesn't allow the big R. Yeah, literally, that's the only platform where, like, we got banned because of that. I don't know how people consider that, you know, like... Brother, I'm not saying the N-word. You know? Congratulations. Your impact in this round... Potato. Brother, this setup here doesn't achieve anything. Why did we play so passively in the first round? Without burning some enemy's utility in the B main. Trying to get early pick in the B main. Then teleporting onto secondary off angle. Listen, if you already wanted to start this passively, like, you didn't want to aggress the enemies, a much better setup would be something like this. And just hide here. And wait to F up the enemies on timing behind the box. Or take this off angle as a starting position, go for one shot, reset, another shot, and we can potentially kill two enemies. Now listen, from the elbow, this off angle is amazing as the enemies are scaling out into the site. Like, if you already TP into the elbow and you cannot play any true refray game with your teammates, take this as a secondary position, because this is the headshot for the enemies that are pushing you here and for the enemies that are also scaling down like this. And nobody is aware when it comes to this type of an angle. Of course, you know, you need to build up the reaction time to hit this shot, but you're already Ascendant 2 Immortal 1. We need to get close to being able to hit this shot. Way too passive setup for the first round. Your setup achieved nothing. Enemies just bombarded you with utility, and you just got one kill and a trade. Solo impact 0.
We played the
Plant.
Okay, that was the first round. You guys watched the VOD? So many of you said no. Cheaty motherfuckers. He had one, but I could never hold a pixelating game for some reason. The thing is, like, when you're holding the pixel angles, like, it's very important how you hold them, which pixel angles you hold, where you place your eyes, and how you react on the colors on your screen. Like, it's not only about reacting to, you know, to changes of the green and red color on your screen. Also, ping matters a lot as well. Now listen, no matter if you win or lose the first round of Corrode, in the second round you should always play in A short. Always. And try to defend the A short area of the map and be ready for fast rotations. So basically, in the second round, what you can do with Chamber is simply, you can put a TP up here for fast rotation towards the top mid, and just start the round by maybe holding this angle, trying to get a pick, then holding some kind of an off angle like this, and that's it. If enemies are just going B or running like through top mid, you're instantly there to support your teammates and to fight together with them. Whenever you're starting top mid, always start from the window. Anyways, you're much faster than the enemies when you do this. You cannot be wasting your time running like this towards the top mid. Why? Just, you know, with the chamber, okay, you need to put a trademark on B, put a TP there at the start of the round, put this trademark for the B main area of the map, teleport before the round starts, pick up the TP, let's go.
I'm not smoking my mid.
Why would you start from the B link? Abida, you're doing the tracker review for T2 this week. Yeah, I'll do it. We have like 2 or 3. Good. Interesting smoke from your Omen. Not bad at all. Just the problem is, like, you know, enemies are playing an antique around, and when they see this smoke, you're gonna be sprayed down anyways. Okay, we can brush off this round. We can brush it off. We're winning 9-5. Like, it was an eco round anyways. Like, it's okay. Now, two times in a row, 2 rounds in a row, enemies push B. So in this third round, we need to apply the rule of 3 executes, and we need to pre-assume that enemies are either gonna go mid or A. So once again, in this third round, we need to start on the A short, locking down the mid area of the map with this Omen smoke. And this time, because we think that enemies are gonna go A, we should be using a teleport in the CT like this. That allows us to fight in short and in A main as well. And basically, we should be using a trademark for the A main area of the map right there. B again, okay?
They got a mid it here.
That trademark is shit, bro. And also, like, I don't know. I don't know why why are we giving so much space to the enemy team when we're playing B? Like, what the fuck is your Neon doing? And you as well. Create some kind of a setup, man. Like you know, we need to condition and pressure the enemies a bit, so they start using the Fade Dog, Raise Boombot, something. before they go for the execute. Like you need to burn some utility from the enemies here before you can play passively. And then like you can, you know, do various different type of setups. Like sometimes what you can do is like basically put a TP here or onto this position for an example. And then, you know, start the round by jiggle picking this angle, go for one bullet, get onto this off angle, try to kill one more enemy, drop down with a knife. 3 fights, 3 potential kills, and 3 very safe fights. Then in some of the other rounds, like, okay, Neon, brother, can you please bait for me? I'm gonna go far right and try to fuck up the enemies like this. Then in some other round, like, okay, we think enemies are gonna go B. Omen, can you start with us and use this paranoia? I'm just gonna run them down with a Neon and take full space. And also, like, when the enemies are doing the executes, always pay attention what type of utility they're using. So what do we know about the enemies? Reyna is always using the Leer, literally straightforward, like this. Fade is always using the Eye right here. You can quite literally just play behind this cover, dodge both of these pieces of utility, and then on timing, try to surprise the enemies and fuck them up as they're pressing the W key to scale forward. It makes no sense for you to play from the left side right now. And to let the enemies reveal you by shooting the Fade Eye. Why?
They found my trap.
My bad, I think I blinded you. My bad, no. It's a fake, 100%. Maybe not 100%.
Here, mid.
You hear it?
Ganked now.
Listen, it is never worth it taking this type of fights without the info. Literally, if you have no idea how much space enemies could have taken on mid, and keeping your location a secret is not important whatsoever, just jump spot the enemies, and then we control that fight. We can fuck up that guy with a peeker's advantage, dead zone mechanic, perfect crosshair placement, get them out of the server. Why would you slow peek the mid if you have no info if an enemy can be here, 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 or close? Just, you know, get the info. Anyways, you know, enemies cannot hear this shit if they're playing deep.
No.
Where was he? Bottom mid? They have 1, 2. Oh.
Well, now, with 5 HP, we're not gonna do that much.
My bad, I didn't.
The main problem so far, on a defender's side, is that we're playing way too passively. Especially considering that we have Neon, Fade, Yoru, Chamber, and Omen in our team. We should be able to take the mid and B-man and A-man space like this.
No, he's close. Go in, walk out. Go in.
Spike.
Good one, bad. Oh, nice. Gun.
Listen, man. Your teammates are full buying. 2 or 3 of your teammates are full buying. You always full buy with them. There's no saving money. Like here.
Listen up.
You have 3,000 credits. Ask for the drop from Yoru or Neon. You know, Fade can buy a Vandal Phantom with a light shield. That's
Kill
it.
them before they kill us.
Game chats.
Okay, they don't want to drop your weapon. Never mind. Then play Headhunters, but you should have definitely combined this Headhunter with some secondary weapon as well. Get a Stinger, man. Get a Bucky. You know, Corrode is a very claustrophobic map. Especially if you want to defend the B side. Or A side. Like, you can easily bait the enemies to push you, to fuck you up. Like, at the backside, very high kill potential with the Stinger and shotguns. Here and here. Very high kill potential if the enemies wanna go into the elbow to fuck them up here. Why not? You know? Also, what you can do with some TP setup, we can, just a second, we can put a TP here. Start the round by holding this angle, trying to get a pick or jiggle picking the enemies, bam. Dropping down, waiting for the enemies to scale out a bit, and then trying to get a pick, resetting, one more pick, one more pick.
I'm fully good.
That
I
works.
don't like full saving though. I don't know.
You should have bought a heavy shield here. I mean, even if you buy a heavy shield, trademark, and a few headhunters, if your idea is to get the operator in the next round, you can still play op. Especially with the chamber, like, it is totally fine playing the operator full glass cannon. You don't need a shield. Like, you have your TP, you can probably get a kill quite easily. And yeah, in this round, it's a good idea that you're playing on the B side. By the way, your teleport should never be in this position right here. You're just gonna get stuck like a potato. Like, the only times you should keep your teleport here is if you want to take more space in the beam area of the map with your teammates. Other than that, like, literally no reason whatsoever. Listen, so you want to, first of all, picking the enemies aggressively in the beam area of the map, good idea from the start of this match. Like, you notice in the last 3 rounds that enemies don't use a single ability to clear the beam area of the map. Now, second of all, your only job when you're trying to engage the enemies here alone is to get onto some kind of an angle like this, with a deeper TP, and wait for them and hold them. Especially if you hear the enemy's footstep. You should not be running or walking to a better position. Brother, just hold this, hold a bit of wider peak, and be ready to press that left click and teleport at the same moment of time, as you're going for one shot and one tap. Here. You heard the footstep. You just stay here. Like, this is the position where you stay. Keep this crosshair placement. Basically, your crosshair should go somewhere like this. And wait for the enemies to peek you. And be ready to press that left click with a teleport. As I already mentioned, like, you know, this TP setup is horrible if your plan is not to take the full beam area of the map. And even then, like, you know, if you're picking the beam area of the map, a much better teleport is this one right here. Brother, you go for a peek, enemies are pushing, like, you can get a kill, bam, you're instantly on a second very good off angle, like, where we can fuck up one more enemy, drop down, reset. And this is like the primary location where you should be picking the third fight with the enemies. It's just easier to separate the enemies into fights, pick them at the random timings. You really want to avoid playing from the left side, and especially behind this box right here. They're just stuck there. You use this angle as some kind of a surprise mechanic, where you bait your teammates to peek first and then you peek second. Other than that, fuck that position.
Bottom out.
Shit.
Neo needs to play like Jigsaw to fight with it.
What? Listen. You only buy Outlaw if 3 or more enemies don't have money to buy a heavy shield. If you're not certain if 3 or more enemies are gonna have a light shield, you buy something else. Anyways,
Yeah, we
you saved in the last round. We're forcing again.
really can't hold this shit.
Oh, bro, because we're not playing it right at all. I'm teleporting in and no one's on site.
Get the operator, and that's it. 4,700 credits. Playing the op without a shield on Jet, Chamber, Movement Agents, totally fine. Absolutely. Especially because we know exactly what enemies are doing. So enemies are mainly focused in this game towards the B main area of the map. They are not using a single ability to clear a B main area of the map. We can use some kind of a passive setup like this with a deeper teleport, wait for the enemies to peek us, get a free kill, and that's it.
It's like we're scared to play.
How to find the perfect role agents for me. On my Discord server, man, like, you have the full in-depth agents tier list, a document where I explain everything about Valorant, agents and roles. That's gonna help you out decide.
Just break time. You stun.
Outlaw pick here is crazy, man. Crazy, to be honest.
Just be careful, you're solo for now.
You want to play? Let's
Smoke
play.
mid, smoke mid, smoke mid.
My god, dude.
Hold on, mid.
Fast rotation. Immediately. Enemies are, you know, out of the last 4 rounds, enemies did a 3x 5-man execute. Fast rotation. Like, that's the only info that we have about the enemies. Enemies, you have a trademark for the B site. You have a Yoru teleport as well. We need to go. We just need to go. We need to go. 5 seconds ago, we need to go.
What the hell? Three down. Oh, close, close.
And also, not to mention, we have like 0 mid control. This trademark right here can heavily fuck us up in this round. Like, if enemy chamber or anyone lurks into this position and holds the B link, it's all over.
So, you got my link, okay.
You had your fun. My turn.
By this time, you should have already been on A site, supporting your Fade, Yoru, Neon, and Omen. It's a fast rotation map, prioritize team play over anything else, especially when you notice that enemies are just doing 5-man executes during that match. 5-man, split 5-man, push, etc, etc.
I'm on top as fuck.
Okay.
Spike planted.
Teleport's ready.
Okay.
Last
Good entrance in the smoke.
player standing.
Okay. The only better thing you could have done in this round is just rotate a bit faster. Like, as soon as you got the info here that enemies are going A at 135, already at 115, you should have been in the elbow, like, supporting your Yoru and Neon.
Around chamber. Oh, that's unlucky. All you gotta hit at least 10. Yellow.
All one.
Yellow.
Like your playstyle, you know, where you're playing a bit more solo, where you're anchoring the bomb sites a bit more, is pretty good for, you know, high elo lobbies. Like, if you're playing in Immortal 3, 400 rank rating and above, you will have to play a bit slower and think harder about your decision making and try to apply some solo pressure. But this playstyle in Ascendant and low Immortal is just fucked up, man. Like, you'll be losing an enormous amount of rounds by playing this slow and not supporting your teammates.
That one's dead.
Not gonna play.
Again, the fear is a
Be next round.
Talking about mid.
A gift.
They just run through it, by the way.
Listen, on Corrode, when you fight for a mid, you're never gonna make a mistake. Like, if you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go, at least take the mid control and that's it.
So,
Oh, this TP setup is so fucked up, man. Like, when you're fighting for A short, the only teleport that you can do is this teleport, when you don't want to commit too much onto fighting on mid, this teleport when you want to have an option to do faster rotations between A site and B site. Then, of course, just, you know, placing a TP here and taking a fight against the enemies if you want to take the full mid control. This teleport here is just fucked up, man. First of all, you never want to be stuck in this position, ever. Second of all, if enemies decide to go A, and you teleport at the wrong moment of time, and you give them the info that you're there, you're literally just dead. Balog Ferry, next stream, bro.
where are you?
You know what now? Literally that teleport is useless right now. we cannot use it. Thoughts about Vito on this map? My general thoughts about Vito is that he's shit, to be honest. Like, just every other Sentinel is far better. Okay, not every other, but there's just better, you know, much better Sentinels for rank grind. Vito needs something, man, like, some kind of a buff, man, like, some kind of a change. Especially when it comes to teleports. Interceptor is fine. Chokehold should be bigger. Ultimate is fine. And the teleports, they need to change those teleports somehow. At least make that dildo invisible for the enemy team. Just make it invisible, bro. It can be as loud as it is right now, but I mean, I'm placing a 20-inch dildo on the ground. Anyone can see it. What the fuck is the point? Just to rotate fast between the sites and to keep my you know, I'm not even keeping my location a secret, like. This play right here was okay. Anyways, we're playing an eco round. In eco rounds, you can risk a bit more. No problem. Just as soon as you heard one enemy so close to you, you should have pulled out a classic pistol and just try to go for a triple shot and kill this guy behind the box. Before the enemies reveal you with a boombot, with a fade dog, fade... any utility. Before they get in a smoke. Like, your only job in eco rounds is to try trading yourself for as many kills as possible. Even if you just get one kill, that's a good impact in eco rounds.
No, I heard someone in front of
you've...
Yeah.
So dead.
I just think that, you know, with our chamber and different TP setups that we covered, you can abuse more angles than just one. You know, like, for an example, once again, like, you can quite literally just, so you have the ultimate. My bro has the ultimate. Like, you can put the teleport right here once again. Start the round by holding this angle. Bam, one shot. Very safe angle. Very safe fight with the chamber's op. Knife in the hands, get this off angle as a secondary position. Bam, one more shot. Drop down with the knife out. Then from this position, one more shot. Then from this position, bam, one more kill. You can literally get 4 kills with this setup. Your setup only allows you, this current setup, to take 2 fights. One fight here, in the B-main area of the map, and the second fight from the elbow. And that's it. And that second fight from the elbow is gonna be risky because you'll have to peek the elbow actually, like.
Fade B.
Don't, you know, don't hold these main areas of the map this close to the wall. Unless you notice that enemies like to go for the jump spot. Like, if enemies are always doing this, then okay, you know, pre-aim it up here and try to catch them. But so far, enemies were mostly just running it down through the B-main area of the map. So you position your crosshair accordingly to the enemy's sound and what they did in the previous rounds. Or, how, you know, what is the most common way how enemies peek that angle. In this match, enemies were quite literally just running it down in this area of the map. So now we need to place our crosshair ready for a bit wider swing, like this. If enemies go for a jiggle peek, we just need to rely on the right micro corrections and right flicks to get that kill. If they go for a wide swing, we can easily catch their movement here, and that's it.
It's quiet B.
Okay. Okay, you know, it's fine. Good usage of, you know, good, very good that you tanked that Fade dog. And you tried to get a kill on timing. As per usual chamber play. There's nothing better you could have done, but I just don't understand, like, you know, what our teammates are doing in this round. Like, why can't we play some kind of a double bait setup in the B-main right now? We have 4 players defending fucking B. But tell your Fade at least, like, Fade, brother, can you jump spot or jiggle peek the B-main from me and destroy the Fade dog or the Raze boombot so I can get a kill? And we fully lock down the B-main area of the map. What the fuck is this passive start with 4 players on the same site?
It's quiet B.
Mid. Mid dead.
I'm out of here. Face your fear!
The problem is, like, you know, you really need to adapt your crosshair placement better based on the angles that you're holding in and sound and, you know, what enemies did in that specific match. Like, you just need to do way too many micro corrections and adjustments because of this problem. The enemies were always just running it down. They don't jump spot the angles, they don't jiggle peek them, they just, you know, swing them. If I wanna, first of all, this angle here, you cannot hold this tight. You cannot hold this close. Whenever you're holding the enemies from the elbow, hug this wall, narrow it down, and just hold it like this. Crosshair a bit wider, ready for the enemy swing. Does VCT help you rank up? But generally speaking, like, the stuff that you see on VCT is the stuff that you simply cannot replicate in ranked solo queue without heavy adaptations. There is around 20 to 30% of strategies that I'm promoting, which I picked up from VCT, of course, but I heavily adapted them for an environment where you have 4 imbeciles usually against 5 imbeciles, like, and you just don't know who's worse or who's better.
I'm out of here. Face your fear!
Also, man, like, whenever you're fighting the enemies in these tight angles, medium range and long range fights, go for the double zoom with the operator. It is just easier to notice the enemy's pixels, it's easier to micro correct, everything is just easier.
I'm out of here. Face your fear!
Keep it all back. Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Terrible. Flash me out.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Picking this fight was really not it, man. Brother, like, you have a fade as a support from the elbow. Your fade can hold this angle. You got seized by the enemy fade. Enemies know that you're here. They're ready for this fight. Wait for the seize to go down. Hold this position. Fade can bait for you. And now we can easily get 1 or 2 picks. Like, this fight here is just not it. You know, it's a completely unnecessary and quite stupid fight to take alone. We have 5v4 numbers advantage. Our job is done. All we need to do right now is just play a proper refrag game. Wait for the TP to reset, and that's it.
Terrible. Flash me out, flash me out.
I was killed.
Any plans for Valentine's? Tomorrow I'm going, like, we're going to some French restaurant, man. We're gonna be eating a lot of food. That's my plan for tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the best French restaurants in my town. And I'm planning to die there, to be honest. And then we'll see. We'll see where the day is gonna take us. Basically, it's a French restaurant where you only have 4 tables. Like just 4 tables, nothing else. And it's really, like, high quality shit. And it's not like a, you know, micro food. I really hate the restaurants where like, bro, you order a dish and you get a Oreo, man, like a circle on your table. You know? Is this why we're doing a chamber VOD review? I wish. What do you mean 4 tables? The whole restaurant only has 4 tables. And live music. And basically, reservation only lasts for 2 hours. You have 2 hours to finish, bro.
They heard the app and they just helped for it. That's all good.
I finish in 5 minutes. What is the worst map right now in ranked? Abyss. By far. So, once again, like, same as almost any Corrode VOD review that we do, like, the main problem that we're having is that we're not abusing that many angles and off angles to fuck up the enemies, to burn their utility and to potentially get a kill. We're playing way too passively, with 0 map control, and, you know, I mean, that's the biggest problem on this map. That's literally the biggest problem. You simply cannot play, you know, Corrode like this.
That's a good spot.
This TP setup again, huh?
The hunt begins.
Also, brother, like, be a bit more open-minded when it comes to your weapon choices, you know, like, Chamber is the weapon minister in Valorant. Okay, we want to save money here for the operator in the round number 21. That's fine. You know, that's totally fine. You have 8,300 credits, even if you lose this round. But let's get something more than fucking headhunters. I play 8 headhunters with a trademark, heavy shield and judge. Bait the enemies with the headhunters, fuck them up in the elbow, and on the side with the judge. They're never gonna expect you pulling out a shotgun on the chamber. Get a stinger, get a bucky, get something, you know? So that you're able to get some easier kills than just going for stupid headshots 24/7. Here, like, brother, you know, like, okay, you wanna fight. You think enemies are gonna go A because they're abusing a bit of an AB pattern in the last few rounds. Okay, fine. Judge, heavy shield, headhunter's trademark. Trademark goes here. Teleport goes here. Let's peek the enemies in A short. Get this information. You know, enemies are going A. From this position, let's try to get a frag, TP away. Now enemies are moving in. We can maybe position behind this box in the elbow to get quite a lot of free kills. We can maybe stay on site if our teammates lock down the elbow and just mow down the enemies. Why don't you give yourself more options to win these eco rounds? And some of the previous eco rounds as well. You could have gotten a shorty in the round where you were playing around this smoke and enemy was there. Enemies here, fuck the headhunters, pull the shorty, kill that guy, trade yourself for a kill, your job is done. You allow your teammates to have higher chances of winning this eco round.
The affirmation help for it. That's all good.
Begins.
You know, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you will see that every great chamber player uses every single weapon in this game. They condition the enemies to think in one way, while in reality they're abusing a completely different setup to get a kill. You don't condition enemies at all. Like, you either hit a headshot or you die.
Shot. All good.
Is there one enemy name in? Maybe not.
Last player standing.
No. I didn't know you sliding down.
Spike planted.
We'll play here.
One sec. We don't know where the fade is.
Teleport's ready.
Ah, fuck. It's okay. You know, it's very good. It's very good that he, you know, took this round slower. Very good walk into the elbow to keep his location a secret. He should have reset, you know, you should have resetted your teleport as soon as you teleported away from the Fade Dog. So now, you know, already now he would have had a teleport to engage the Raze and Fade into some safer fights. And this play here was also good to go back, but I mean, he made a footstep, so now it's all Jover.
One enemy.
What the fuck was that knife pull out, man? Literally, like, enemies can be behind the box, short, and stairs. You pull the knife out. Relax. Hold the gun, you know, like, if there's even a 5% of chance for enemies to peek you or fight you somewhere.
One enemy remaining.
But Fade can be short as well, no? She's probably on site. Yeah, she's site.
This is.
That's unfortunate.
That was a tilter.
Bad way.
I don't know about this. You know, we noticed in the last few rounds that enemies are going A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They're abusing the full alphabet of hepatitis. And right now I think it's gonna be B. But, you know, it's still ranked solo queue. Like, God knows what enemies are gonna do. But, you know, B set is much harder for the retake than A. And once again, like, I don't know, like, we have 3 teammates on B. We have Yoru, Pop Flashes, Neon Stun, Fade Reveal, and Dogs. And Omen as well. What the like, what is this, bro? This is like Ascendant Low Immortal. By the way, like, listen. You need to try playing more aggressively towards the main areas of the map. You have Operator right now. Put a TP right here. As soon as the round starts, try to get one pick before the enemies run you down. Maybe you killed the Fade, and now enemies don't have recon abilities. Maybe you've killed the Raze, now they're fucked. Because there's nobody to scale out, you know, into your face. Then we get onto an off angle like this. Try to get one more kill. Then we can hold a tight position here. Try to get one more kill. Then we can reposition towards maybe stairs. Keep our location a secret. and get one more pick. Why the fuck are we starting so passively? Oh, never mind. We're starting aggro. Where's the TP then?
A gift.
Finally. When God gives you an off angle in Valorant, you use that off angle. TP on top of the box, man, and try to surprise the enemies for a second fight.
Bunch.
Anyways, you know, like, enemies cannot distinct if you teleported here or here if you go for an instant peek in the aim-in.
Chance, mes amis.
This one first. This one first.
So, what is the problem of this peak? As soon as the round starts, just run them down. Because literally, when the barrier drops down, you only make one footstep when you're engaging the enemies here. And you need to do a bit faster peak, because enemies' barrier is here, and they can, you know, quite easily cross onto the left side very, very fucking fast. Round starts. Bam.
This one first.
At least one.
Could be a lane, could be a lane. Rally. Get that.
Fuck, I'm so terrible.
It's okay. I'm blinding off into your ult. Oh, I see nothing. Fuck.
So listen here. You should have just done a faster peek in the aim-in area of the map. Number two, your TP setup should have been different. Like, if you actually had a teleport up here, you probably would have killed that raise that satcheled onto the left side. Then after that kill, you can just drop down, and this should be like your third angle that you hold.
This one first. Your
Enemies are going. Listen, man, like, right now, A short is wide open. You have 3 teammates towards the B site. We have no idea.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Tiny Dash, thank you for 3-1 summon, and enjoy the playbook. What you have and what you need to do right now in this position is you need to hold the short like this and try to get this kill. Trademark is protecting you from the main push and giving you the information there. With that trademark, it is logical that you isolate a fight like this. You lock down the A set alone, and let's see what's gonna happen. We need to gamble in this round a bit because, anyways, we have like 3 teammates. B, one of our teammates died in short. We know that Chamber and Clove are somewhere on mid. We know that Raze was in the aim-in. We cannot make a move right now.
yeah, one close.
They're up.
Now, this round is a round where we just say, fuck it, and we save this weapon and live to fight another day. You know, we cannot go for this retake. Like, literally, this is just... You're gonna hurt your chances of winning this match by a lot. If you do anything here. You should have just stayed on A side, tell the Omen that like, you know, this is unwinnable. It's okay, it's gonna be 10-11, but at least we're gonna have the weapons to make this 11-11. Everything that you're doing right now is just unnecessary risk. We missed the opportunity to kill the Raze, to kill the Chamber. Nothing to do about it. It is what it is. Losing this hop probably lost us this match now. Like, you know, I really don't know like, how we're gonna turn this around. Just like I need to take a piss, bro. Like. Oh, yo. Just curious, is it better to send a VOD where you play good or bad? But usually like what I recommend to players, and you know the best VOD reviews, the best VODs to review are either the VODs where you can present your average gameplay and the match finished like 13-10, 13-11 or 10-13, 11-13, or the VOD that the game that was close but you think that you played good. Like where you cannot have excuses, you know, like once I'm changing your game plan and focusing on your macro and micro mistakes. Usually the worst VODs to review are the VODs where, you know, you already know that you played bad or terrible. Okay. So still, you know, like the one problem that Voidy, shut the fuck up, man. So still, like the one problem that's just fucking us up on this defender side is like lack of map control. Like we are allowing the enemies to do whatever the fuck they want. We don't have the mid, we don't have the A main, we don't have the B main. Nothing. You cannot play Corrode this passively.
That works.
There's no one on it, damn. Alright.
Better than most of the plays that you did. Just please, like, when you're going for this type of a play, put your teleport. First of all, put the trademark for the left side right here. And put the teleport right here. So that as soon as you teleport away, like, you can actually get some good off angle to potentially fuck up the enemies. Also, whenever you think that enemies are gonna go B, and you already have Omen in your team, just tell the Omen to use Paranoia from this position. Like, what's the problem? Like, Omen is the best controller on this map. The best solo controller. And the main reason is because of this fucking ability. Like, literally, you wanna go for the aggro play on the enemy's contact, just instant Paranoia, send it. Decent double bait setup here. Not bad. Not bad. Actually, we have a triple bait setup. This is how we should have been playing from the start of this match. From the round number 4. From the round number 4 on the defender's side. Exactly like this. Okay, maybe we don't need 4 players on B in this round. But yeah.
Bring them down. Reloading. Bring them down.
One guy is probably in this angle here if enemies are already so hyper-focused on shooting the dog.
I didn't.
Hey, this is probably gonna die, maybe.
Whose gun is this?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, be right up on the.
That was a possibility. You're giving these teammates your Phantom. I don't know if I would do that, to be honest, like. I don't know if I would do that, to be honest. Respect. Respect. Respect though, but I would only do that if I'm very low HP, bro. In this elo.
Teleport.
When is the Agent Tier List video coming on YouTube? 7 days minimum. 7 days minimum because, you know, the video is like 2 hours long. We need to make it very short. And also I need to make a intro voiceover, like, so it's gonna take me 7 days. But the tier list is updated on my Discord server anyways.
It's ready.
They're right as share this one.
Good angle clearing. Hey CHARLATAN, I've been watching a couple of your chamber coaching VODs on YouTube, and I know you suggest light shield and 2 headhunters plus trip on pistol, but what do you think of... I just said about... I just told it talked about that in this VOD. It's fine. You know, if you feel confident in your, like, headhunters, you can get, like, if you're a solo sentinel, you can get a classic light shield trademark 2 headhunters. You can get a ghost trademark 1 headhunter. You can get a trademark 6 headhunters. On a map like Breeze, if you don't like headhunters and you're just bad with them for some reason, you can get a sheriff. Like, if you want to have more bullets to fight the enemies. Or a bandit and trip. But the most optimal choice for like, chamber is classic light shield 4 headhunters, 2 headhunters and a trademark, or 6 headhunters and a trademark. And that's it. So yeah, you can do that. You can do it. You should do it. You should do it.
I'm planting. Okay. It's fine, it's fine.
Spike planted.
It's fine, it's fine.
Spike planted.
How much money for let you play Geometry Dash and beat an extreme demon? 0.
Enemy.
It's fine, it's fine.
Spike planted.
Okay. It's fine, it's fine.
Once again, like, I really don't fuck with your positioning, like, when you're taking the fights with the enemies. Of course. We should take this kill. We had 2 opportunities, 2 bullets to take this kill. And we already established that, you know, when the enemies are moving, your micro corrections are not really that good. You're over flicking, under flicking, like, we need to fix that problem. But once again, like, you're fighting Arena with a Vandal and Phantom. That is top mid. Why do you position yourself like this? You had plenty of time to hold an angle like this. And now you control how and when you want to take that fight. You had plenty of time to maybe get below the Reyna and try to surprise her with this type of a peek. Like, I don't know why are you risking it so much, consistently fighting the enemies from positions where you either take a kill or you get sent into the grave. Like, you take way too many 50-50 fights when there's absolutely no reason to fight those 50-50 fights. And when you have a teleport already. If he had a Phantom there, he would win the fight and get the gun for the teammate. How do I submit games for you to review? Okay, one more time. So basically you have like, you have 3 options how you can get like this live coaching, you know. Actually, you have 5 options. First option is like my private coaching, which is obviously better than anything else, like where I actually coach you forever. You know, you get 24/7 support from me, like, and we do the coaching until you're satisfied with your improvement or until you reach Radiant, and that's it. Second option is these tier 3 sub VOD reviews. Like, basically, you just subscribe on my Discord server as a tier 3 sub, and you get a guaranteed live VOD review every month, plus the access to the playbook and some of the other channels. Like, you also have the Ask the Code channel where I can answer on some of your questions in my free time. Third option is the free coaching. Like, right now, tomorrow, every week, I make a giveaway for free coaching on every 50 Twitch subs. Usually we get 50 subs per week. Like, that's on average, to be honest. So, you have like 4 giveaways. There's not too many players getting into giveaways. There's usually like 100 maximum. So you have pretty good chances of winning it. And the fourth option for free coaching is like Twitch channel points. Basically, as you gamble on Twitch and as you watch the stream, you earn these coins, and you can literally get, you know, a tracker review or a VOD review. And the fifth option, the new option that is coming from the next week, every single one of you guys that is a tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 Discord sub, right here, you can participate in 5-stack ranked coaching. I'm gonna organize that at least 3 times per week, starting from the next week. Like basically, there's gonna be a channel right here, a private channel for Discord subs, where you can enter like the queue 24 hours before the stream. I'll tell you when the stream is gonna happen, and basically like I'm gonna tell you on which server as well, and which rank you need to be. I'm gonna queue like, you know, if the highest rank is Ascendant, I'm gonna queue Ascendant, Diamond, and Immortal, for an example. If the highest rank is like, I don't know, Platinum, Gold, Platinum, and Diamond, for an example. And basically what I'm gonna do is like, 6 of us are gonna be on Discord, in a private room, and we're gonna do 2 or 3 games of 5-man ranked coaching. I'm gonna watch all of you 5 guys, give you some tips, tricks, suggestions, lead you during the game as well, and after the game we're gonna briefly review, you know, what happened, what you could have done better, and what are some of your core problems. Oh, by the way, chat, I don't want to reveal this yet, but this year we're making an esports organization. Actually, first it's gonna be for my region, you know. We're gonna organize some tournaments in Valorant, CS2, and League of Legends. And we'll see how that is gonna go. But we do plan to expand onto other territories. And maybe even get some tier 3 like teams. We'll see. We'll see how that is gonna go. It's still in plan, like it's still like, you know, an idea. You know, like we're making a website, we're making everything like a platform and stuff, but we'll see how that is gonna go. Obviously, we're not gonna invest too much money, especially in Valorant. Like in Valorant, I'm just gonna try like to keep it simple. Maybe get some Radiant team, you know, of 5 players that we can scout. Some youngsters that can play for, you know, cheaper salaries, and we'll see how that is gonna go.
Planted.
Stop taking 50-50 fights so many times during your gameplay. There's other ways to fight. 2 of your teammates are pressuring in the Reyna. Reyna has nowhere to hide. Pick some angle where you don't need to commit into this fight. Apply the pressure, potentially kill the Reyna, stay alive, wait for your teammates to catch up with the Reyna, run her down with your teammates. You die in this type of a fight. You allow the Reyna to reposition safely, stay alive, and potentially get even more kills. That Reyna literally killed 3 of you guys. Why? We gave her 3 1v1 fights.
Last player.
Alright.
Nah. Alright.
If you want to start top mid, start from the window. You'll lose a lot of timing starting from the B link. For God's sake, Chamber has a teleport, as I already mentioned. You can put this TP at the start, put this trademark here, teleport from this corner, reset the teleport, and now you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can try to get behind this cover with maybe some kind of a TP setup like this, into this corner. You can just peek the enemies literally like from this position, lock down this angle. So many options. You literally lose every single possible timing starting from the B link on mid.
Way too many crunch time shots.
Sorry.
Ooh.
These guys are just perfect.
I don't think it's A though.
You know, once again, like, this is more of a macro problem rather than your problem, like, to be honest. I mean, like, you can correct this. You can try correcting this and telling your teammates what to do, obviously. And it's good if you try. I always say that, you know, you should only micro-correct your teammates if they're doing something horribly wrong that's fucking you up in that match. Like utility that is just, you know, out of this world in a wrong way, or their positioning is just mental. This Neon on the B side, she needs to jump spot the enemies in the B main for the information, bro. If you're already locking down and gambling on mid, enemies are not B main, enemies are not mid. Oh, where should, you know, they're A, and maybe we can go for some kind of a fast double man flank, double lurk, instantly position towards the A set a bit more, and that's it. Now, I don't know, we need to anchor this mid right now. But the enemies are probably walking in the B main area of the map and ready to go for a fast execute. How the fuck is this Ascendant and low Immortal, man? Like what the fuck are these players doing? Which videos and clips you're watching, bro? Does every player in this lobby like reach Ascendant and Immortal like with all aim, no brain? By the way, this play of the Fade is not bad, you know? Actually not bad. But the problem is, like, you with the operator, I don't know, you cannot really support her. Like, a bit unlucky that in this one we have op. What you should have done, definitely, is you should have taken this angle for the Fade when she was going lower. Never limit yourself with a chamber, only on the range of your teleport. Fuck it. If there's something better to do that is out of this range, do that you know, for an example, fighting with your teammates and playing with them. It's fine, you know? Lock down this angle, so she cannot die from behind, and just play, you know, fast rotations anyways. I love that, an enemy said like, you don't shit, bro. Like, never mind. You saw the minimap. Enemy said like, get ready. Nah, this is so fucked up, bro. So fucked up. Like literally, Neon is not gonna have a fun time.
They're B.
Face your fear!
I have them.
Enemy B.
Listen, I would highly advise you. If you already don't know where, you know, if enemies can engage you from like 2-3 different directions, and you have the operator, and you're already fighting with your teammates, pull out the headhunter. If you already have no idea if enemies are gonna peek you from left, right, up, below, like, fight here with the headhunter. You have 8 bullets, 8 chances to get a headshot kill. It's still a really fucking good weapon. Using the op is only good, like, in this type of situations, if you can lock in onto one angle or one fight and you don't need to flick so much and worry about the enemies, like, engaging you from, you know, different angles. Anyways, when you fight with your teammates, like, having 8 bullets to finish off the enemies and deal more damage is better, rather than relying on the op shot. But to be honest, like, you know, in this round, you should have just sold the site completely. Anyways, your Fade is on a really good flank and lurk. Somehow, Chamber didn't have a trademark for the back. We could have just applied some pressure from the B-link, go off for a few op shots through this smoke, and wait for the Fade to work. Like whenever you have a teammate on a very good flank and lurk, that teammate is the playmaker. Your only job is to apply the pressure, maybe get a kill, and wait for that guy to buttfuck the enemies.
No! I'm trying.
Spike planted.
It's a good ass call it.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about a few stuff. General points. Your TP and trademark setups should be much better on both attackers and defenders side. More mindful. You know, we explained literally most of the setups that you should use on Corrode. Use them. Attack points. Early in the first 4 to 6 rounds, mainly prioritize playing with your teammates. Once you get enough info, you can start lurking and picking solo timings. Focus on better angle clearing based on perception advantage and angles that you're clearing. Then avoid taking so many 50-50 fights without a teleport, but this can be like when that is unnecessary. Then focus a bit more we discussed this like on the attacker side quite in depth. Now on the attacker side, that's pretty much it. Like you know, the main problem was like, you know, you played alone way too much, man. Try to lead your teammates. Try to lead your teammates a bit better on a macro level based on the map that you're playing and team comps. Actually, team comps, economy, and alt status. Everything else on the attack was like, you know, pretty much in this category of general points. Defender side, you're giving too much space to the enemy team. We need to play more aggro or semi-aggressive to burn their util. Then your positioning, your general positioning and repositioning can be more mindful. Basically, like, you know, a lot of the times with your teleport, you put your TP way too much into, you know, some common angles and shit like that. Try to get more out of it. Try to get at least one more off angle or surprise position before you get into some common angle. Then on defender side, pay attention on what your teammates are doing so that you can realize the win conditions a bit faster. And everything else was pretty much covered through the VOD review and more situational, to be honest. Overall, like, you know, you're not bad with Chamber, you know, like you understand how to play him, like with the headhunters, like pretty much you're getting some really decent kills. Like economy management can also be, you know, overall economy management can be a bit more... Is this how you write diversified? Let me check it. Yes, sir. Okay. Everything else, Tyler, Kaizen, we're gonna discuss through private messages. Like, this is generally what you can do better. You know, right now on Chamber and on Corrode, the things that are effing you up the most, to be honest. And overall, like, you know, I would say that you should still stick to Chamber and Jet as your main agents. When it comes to training and aim training, we're gonna cover that through private messages. Like, I need to see your documents and to see what happened in the last few months. But, I mean, you have a 54% win rate with Chamber, 60% with the Jet. So the things are actually working out. You know, the training is working. When it comes to your mechanical skill, you did get like 15% better, 15 to 20% better than in the first VOD review that I did for you. So we'll see. We'll see through the private messages, you know, what should be the next step for you. But when it comes to agents, Jet and Chamber, definitely, you know, fuck the ISO and fuck the other VODs that you want to submit. Okay. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, join my Discord server for coaching, for giveaways and all of the other stuff. And thank you for watching this one. Roll the closer.